is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
And we welcome you inside the Powassan Sportsplex for what promises to be an exciting Game 4 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Hearst Lumberjacks. The Voodoos currently lead the series 2-1 after a dramatic overtime victory last night here at the Sportsplex. And Game 5 will shift to Hearst on Friday. So have your fish dinner and then head on down to the rink if you're in Hearst, or have your fish dinner and turn on Flow Hockey if you're in Powassan. Or if you're making the trek to Hearst, why not? But anyways, I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long for this game. And Ben, you missed an exciting one last night, but hopefully it's going to be just as exciting here tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, something's going on with my headset here. But unfortunately, I was not able to be here last.
All right, I'll just fill some time while you try to figure that out, Mr. Audio Man. Anyways, we will play it in a moment here, our players to watch for this one. And that's on the Hearst Lumberjacks side. We have Cooper Moore through 3 games. He has 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points in 3 games. He's been an absolute thorn in the side of the Voodoos so far. Matthew Como is the only person that he trails on his team right now with he has 8 points so far. We picked Wraith Smith yesterday, and he did not disappoint, scoring 2 goals and setting up the game winner. But tonight we're going to go with the game-winning guy himself, Cameron Lemke, 1 goal, 4 assists for 5 points in 3 games. And he's been dynamite so far through the first 3 games of the playoffs, Ben.
Yeah, I was unfortunately not able to be here last night. I thought maybe I was going to get to come out and watch it, but I wasn't able to be here. But I heard the broadcast, and I heard I caught the end of the game at least live. So I got the end of the 3rd period. There was that dynamite overtime call.
There was some yelling, that's for sure, here on the broadcast.
Yeah, definitely. And since we have stuff to go, I'm going to play our Players to Watch.
Alrighty.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
Also, a little bit of housekeeping here today. Voodoos forwards Dylan McElhaney and Zach Turner have accepted commitments to a pair of NCAA Division III schools. Turner will be heading to Manhattanville in New York State, while McElhaney is going to Anna Maria College in Massachusetts, which is, both of them are from the States, so both are heading stateside for their post-Voodoos career. Always good to see players in the NOJHL moving to the next level, Ben.
That's for sure. And when you're playing at this level, the next level isn't always the NHL or a pro contract, but anytime you can move on, get a little more education, develop your life, or, take your next hockey step on the way there, it's always good to see guys moving on.
Much like last night, Hearst a little bit slow out of the dressing room for Canada, as a player actually drops his helmet on the ice. But we'll go to the national anthems here right now, sung by Tim Scarrow at the Powassan Sportsplex.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the rampart what we watched were so gallantly screamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. Captain Mercy, portez l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand.
And we're just about set for puck drop here at the Sportsplex. Your starting goaltenders tonight in net for the Hearst Lumberjacks, his second time of the series, first since game one. Tristan Boileau in goal, number 31. Through one game, he's 0-1 with a 470 goals against average and 848 save percentage. He was in net for the overtime game one, the victory going towards the Voodoos in that one. In net, in the Voodoos crease, the same goalie who's been in net the whole series so far, number 31, Daniel Duraclo. Through 3 games, he's 2-1 with a 397 goals against average and 876 save percentage. Don't let the numbers sway you. This is a goaltending matchup that you want to watch.
It has been an incredible series between goalies just making ridiculous saves that they have no place making, but they're making them.
As we're set for the opening draw now, we're underway. The Lumberjacks with the road white jerseys are going left to right to start this period, and the Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left as McMillan has the puck in his own zone. McMillan now tries to get around his man, gets up to Wraith Smith. Wraith Smith again, wonderful game 3 as McMillan comes in tight, and he gets it off the shoulder of Boileau, and it's out of play. So our first stoppage in play comes only 19 seconds into the game, and that line of Wraith Smith, Chase Thompson, and Matthew McMillan is buzzing just like they were last night.
And this is an unusual rink that you don't see around junior hockey levels so much, where it's actually smaller ice surface, but the glass also isn't as high at the end, so you get pucks out of play a lot easier here than you would at other rinks.
Yeah, from the rebounds and everything. Tucker Shields gets it back to Mike McLean. His family making the trek here all the way from the Maritimes to come watch him play some junior A hockey with the Voodoos. And now a chance for Gorzelink. Gorzelink takes a sharp angle shot. Another chance to Rocklow. Turns them both aside. And now a hit behind the net. That'll be a delayed penalty. And the first penalty of the game going Powassan's way for cross-checking. And that'll be Big Mike McLean going into the box for 2 minutes or less.
You know, when your family's here, you want to make sure you get on the scoreboard. I'm just not sure that's the way that they want to see him on there.
Probably not.
I've heard talk that we're expecting some other theatrics out of him.
Hopefully.
And in a more positive way.
Theatrics, you mean by some movie blockbusters, perhaps?
You know it.
Back to the point. Lumberjacks scored a goal on their first power play of the game yesterday, or I believe second power play. And it was Schillinglaw with the shot there. It was Janicki who put the puck past Duraclo on the power play for Hearst. And the Voodoos scored a power play goal in overtime to end it last night. Another face-off here to the far side. Shields in for the Voodoos. It's back to Case, and he flips the puck down the ice to kill some time off for Powassan. Boileau out to play the puck behind his net. Schillinglaw comes in with some speed. Alex Little was quick on him. Alex Little, once again, very aggressive on the penalty kill. You love to see it. He's not afraid to try and make some plays. As Shields tried to get the puck off his stick. And on the far side is Gorzelink. Now back to the point for Schillinglaw. Back again, cross ice. Good chance there, stopped by Duracolo, and he had to be quick there as the puck hopped up, and he jumped up out of the butterfly to grab it out of the air. Now some
a couple guys directly on a Hearst player. I don't know what was said or done. I didn't see any uncalled for actions on the ice, but they took exception to something.
Well, it looks like Gorzalink's going to the box here, so the Voodoos, that'll negate the penalty with 1:23 left for Powassan. It'll be 4-on-4 for 1:23, and then the Voodoos will have 47 seconds on the power play.
And this time of year was very appropriate for Duracolo's save there. Little pop fly that he jumped up and caught with a nice little left field glove.
I don't know if there is such a thing as a left field glove, but hey, sure.
It's a glove in the left field. I'm not a baseball guy.
Yeah, that's true. There's a reason why we haven't had you on the 3-2 count yet.
Amongst others.
Janiki with the puck, try to get around McElhaney. Instead, it's left at the blue line, and now Janiki gets to it behind the net and sends it up for Schillinglaw. Schillinglaw at the point, tried to walk the line. He leaves it for Kalen. Kalen sends it in deep for Robinson. Robinson with the puck on the near side, flips it back around, goes past Janiki to Kalen, and now Kalen in the Voodoo zone. Little battles him off the puck on the far side corner, and he flips the puck behind the net for McElhaney to pick up. McElhaney now twists and turns behind his net, comes out of the zone with some speed. Dylan McElhaney makes a move, tries to get around his other man, but the backhand was too strong there as he put it in on goal instead, and it was quickly swept away. Case with the puck in his own zone once again up for Patrick. Patrick tried to leave it for Case, and the puck was just swallowed up by Hearst, and then a little bit of friendly fire there from Janiki to his goaltender Boileau, who just covers it up as it was just shoved on net slowly.
We have 20 seconds left on the 4-on-4 play here until the Voodoos are left with a brief power play of an undisclosed amount of time as the stanchion is in our way.
Yeah, the stanchion, our worst nightmare, worst enemy. I don't miss it in the summertime, that's for sure.
Nope.
Down behind the net now. Going for a bit of a skate is Hearst. Tries to get it through the neutral zone. Good stop up there by Case. And now it's into Voodoo's territory for Lemke. Lemke, the overtime hero last night, sends the puck down the ice. Now he has it again in his own zone. Now Ray Smith with the puck, leaves it at the blue line. Nobody really wanted it, as Carson Ricci now picks it up and moves his way through the neutral zone, sends it in cross ice and chases after it. Now near side, McDonald tried to clear it. Lemke got to it though, sends it back in around the boards, and it's there for Hearst, who are just going to dump the puck down the ice. That should kill off the remaining time of this shortened power play for Powassan. Ricci in for Smith. Smith cross ice for Ricci. The Voodoos are just getting their wires crossed a little bit here. They're going to have to batten down the hatches on that. Boucher in his own zone with the puck. Flips it down the ice. Now Thompson in a bit of a foot race. He gets blown by Hay. Hay in Voodoo's territory now. As the puck comes out front, but it's quickly swept away by Powassan. Thompson sends it right back to the blue line, and it's knocked out by the Hearst defender with Caleb Dawson right there as well. Ricci with the puck in his own zone. Battling in the corner, goes cross ice for Sturge. Jaden Sturge made his first appearance in the series last night. And now it's Justin Russo with the puck to Ricci. Ricci back for Sturge, or rather Russo. Russo, who had a great goal in game number one of the best defensive forwards in the league. You don't see him score too many. Turner with the puck now behind the net. Tried to get it out front to Russo. Russo battling in the far side corner. Turner in there as well with a couple of white jerseys on top of them. Now it's back to the point. Little keeps it in, sends a quick shot towards the net. Boileau saved it, and then it was batted away. No hand pass, I'm surprised on that one, as Hearst was able to knock it away with the hand. Now Moore back into Voodoo's territory, goes cross ice. Sturge picks that one off as he goes for a bit of a skate with the puck. Jaden Sturge didn't realize how much room he actually had, and then he flips the puck into Hearst territory after he did a quick look around. Lumberjacks on the attack once again. Their shot through, blocked by McLean. Now far side to Patrick. Patrick knocked off the puck quickly. Going back the other way. That's Como with the shot, turned aside by Duracolo. Far side, Moore with a quick chance. That was sent in and tipped on net by Tyler Patterson. He just happened to miss, though. Well, that could have spelled danger for the Voodoos. It was a scoreless first period in last night's game. You wouldn't know it based by the end score, 4-3. And every game so far has been decided by a goal. Again, these two teams finished real close in the standings in every category this year. And so far this first round series is living up to that hype. Dylan McElhaney chips the puck out. Now Will Rive has one man to beat. Oh, he lost the puck himself, and Janiki gets to it. Now back to the point. Thompson tried to keep it in, but it's out. Jackson Smith gets to it, sends it cross ice for Sturge. Sturge had it hop off his stick and down the ice. Now Babiak to Robinson. Robinson, cross ice, missed his intended target. Now Thompson quickly to McMillan. McMillan with some speed down the ice, tries to go around his man. He had it hop off his stick, but Thompson was right there. Now it's back to Jackson Smith. Near side to Wraith Smith. Battling in the corner with Thompson. Thompson goes around behind the net. Back to the point for Ricci. Ricci, or rather Jackson Smith, tried to shoot the puck in. Now Thompson loses it and sent back down the ice into the neutral zone, but the Voodoos pick it up. Sturge tried to pick up McMillan. It was too close for and too hot for him to handle, but Sturge got it back and sends it back in behind the net. Tried a wraparound attempt. Boileau nearly missed that one, and now it's back to the point again. Shot on net blocked. That's something that Hearst did really well last night, was block a lot of shots and clog up all the laneways. Boucher down the ice now to his man. Bourdon Lemoyne goes for a skate. Turns up, that's Audris, however. Another chance from the point, misses wide of the net. Schillinglaw keeps it in, throws it back towards the net. Duracolo with the save. Ricci for Shields to Lemke. Lemke with a quick pass to Little. The Voodoos transition game has been immaculate this game, or the last two, or I should say last night as well. They had a good quick couple of passes, but now it's offside. And of course, now that we're 4 games into the series, the two teams starting to not like each other a little bit.
No, as you get, distance makes the heart grow fonder, and they get awfully close come playoff time, and that fondness goes right away. But speaking of fondness, the one line on the Voodoos that is made up of first-year players, often they get a minor role doing some sort of secondary offense, but they've really taken on a strong defensive ability and a strong sort of checking play here.
The line that's out right now, Dawson, Russo, and Turner.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a good line for sure. Sturge lost it, and now Russo gets to it in his own zone. Russo, the reigning Great North U18 League MVP. And now it's Russo at Dawson. Russo in for Dawson. Dawson just had it roll off his stick. He tried to throw the puck back out front. Now he's in the corner, gets it to Russo. You can see the chemistry these two have from the North Bay U18 Trappers from last year. Sturge just missing Jesse Lefebvre, who plied his trade with the French River Rapids this year. Those three made up the best league line in the Great North U18 League last year for the championship Trappers. Now battling for it. Puck squeaks out. Russo gets to it, gets it out front. Jackson Smith, who was streaking in, tried to get a shot away, but he was tripped up, and now the Voodoos will get their first power play of the evening.
And just to finish that conversation, that a lot of times the young players are given the shot to kind of play a little bit offensive. They're not expected to do a lot defensively. They're expected to grow into that role, but when you're starting off at that spot and are allowed to grow into offensive roles like they played in previous years at U18, I think, the Voodoos have a few good years lined up out of these guys if they stay here and stay with the trade.
Yeah, and grow and develop like you're supposed to at this level. Both teams were 1 for 5 on the power play last night, although Powassan got the big goal when it mattered most in overtime. McMillan for Little. As Voodoos start this power play in their own zone. Little. Back for Patrick. Patrick got it to McMillan, who stick handled himself out of the zone. And now Patrick will have to come back as he had skated him. McElhaney with the puck. McElhaney gains the zone, tips it in. Now Hearst tries to knock it out. Little keeps it in at the point. Sends it in back in for McElhaney. Back to the point for Patrick. Patrick with a shot. And that one just went wide. Little nearly fanned on his dump-in attempt, but he's able to get it in deep before Shields had to battle for it. Now Shields on the near side in the corner. Shields tried to get it back to Little. A good stick there negates that attempt. by Babiak. Now back to the point. Oh, cross ice pass from McMillan, nearly picked off, but it doesn't do any harm. Now a sharp angle shot, blocked by from Patrick, was blocked, or rather blocked by Hearst. It was a shot by McElhaney. I'm having trouble talking these past two games, I'm telling you right now.
You're speaking that last sentence was about as solid as the Voodoos power play right there. Just nothing was connecting the way it was supposed to. But
my brain and my mouth weren't connecting at all.
For the Lumberjacks, they were doing really good active sticks and good pressure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that wasn't all on the Voodoos. They were sort of set against them.
Lemke in the far side corner. We're under a minute on the power play here for Powassan. About 40 seconds left. Now Lemke gets it back out to Ricci. Ricci near side. He had Smith, and it just went under his stick. He would have had a wide open net. Speaking of not connecting, now Lemke with the puck back behind the net. Back to Smith. Smith with a shot from the point, was looking for the tip. It missed everybody. Now Case to Ricci. Ricci sends it in. Another shot by Boylo. Rebound chance by Thompson. And that one just went wide. Smith goes cross ice with his shot. And it didn't hit anybody. Now Case back in for Lemke. Lemke with a shot cross ice. It gets to Smith. And we're just coming to the final seconds now on the power play. Case with another chance there. It's blocked by Hearst. And the Lumberjacks looking to go down the ice. But that'll go for icing against Hearst. As the shots now balloon to 9-3 in favor of Powassan, as that back half of the power play looked a lot better.
There was way better connection on the pass. It looked like they could almost just, the fog lifted, they could see where each other were. They were getting pucks on tape, and that's what you want to see out of a power play.
You want to see some good movement for sure. Russo now out there for the draw. Gets it back to McLean. McLean from the point takes a shot. That one goes wide. And now on the far side, that's Patterson. Sent back in, though, as it was picked off by the Voodoos. And now back in the neutral zone is Hearst. Patterson goes cross ice and gets it to Robinson. Robinson with a sharp angle shot. Gets it on DeRoccolo, but he makes the save. Now DeRoccolo stands up with the glove. And that glove was something special last night, that's for sure. But that'll do it here for the first half of this first period, as we've reached our midway point on the first period. And we'll be back with more Powassan Voodoos hockey on the front line and Flow Hockey after this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Well, no disrespect to Average Joe's, but the series has been anything but average so far through the first three games, Ben. Again, each game decided by a game, two of them going to overtime.
That is right. And last night, that glove hand of DeRoccolo that we were just talking about made some real big plays. I don't recall if we got this one save up on social media.
We don't have it on social, but the NOJHL did us a huge favor. And with the highlight of the night before they show the goal, they showed the save moments before that. And it's beautiful.
It's such a good save. And, man, it may not have ended the game, but it kept them in the game, that's for sure.
Well, it was definitely a game saver when you think about what came next. So
in a very literal sense.
Yeah. All right, we're about set to get underway again. Shots on goal actually 9-5 now in favor of the Voodoos still. 9:37 left in this first period. And the face-off coming to the far side of DeRoccolo. Won by the Voodoos. McLean with the puck. Running into some trouble in his own zone, but he's able to get the puck back into the corner. McLean still carrying the puck. He gets it to the red line, dumps it down the ice. And now it's in. Boylo nearly gave it up to Rive, as I don't think he saw Rive right away. On the backhand chance. Trudell with the puck. Back for Janicki. Janicki near side for Trudell. Cross ice to Janicki again in their own zone. As the Lumberjacks are just going to pull the puck back behind their net. We saw a lot of this last night between the two teams as they try to set up a play. Now Hearst comes away with it. Matthew Como through the neutral zone. Near side to Trudell. Back for Kalen. Trudell again. For McElhaney as the puck hits up and almost hit off the glass. I thought it was going out of play, but it stays in. Now near side. Good skate there by Case. Keeps the puck from going out front. Trudell keeps it in. And Hearst once again with possession. Janicki, far side, takes a shot. Blocked away by DeRoccolo into the corner. McElhaney off the boards. It's batted back in by Hearst, but McElhaney picks it up. Now knocked away from him as they tried to pass to Rive, but he was going off for a change. So Hearst recovers, but they're in their own zone with it. Hearst slowing things down. Back behind their net once again. Wraith Smith up there for the Voodoos. Janicki with the puck. Goes cross ice. It was picked off almost by McMillan before it was dumped back in on Duracolo. Sturge to McMillan. Nice little one-touch pass up for Thompson. Thompson gets it to Smith, and then the puck was knocked off his stick pretty quickly. Now Smith battling for it. He gets to the puck, carries it in. Wraith Smith with a shot blocked away by Boileau. Now Jackson Smith battling at the line. It does come out, and Sturge is going to be the first one to it in Voodoo's territory as he dumps it right back down the ice. Foot race now, but McMillan will get to it first as he'll negate the icing. And a battle on the far side, but Wraith Smith comes away with it. Wraith Smith tries to feed across ice. Now a quick chance from Jackson Smith at the point, or rather Carson Ricci, I should say, as he was looking for Thompson, but then the rebound from the boards came out to Ricci, and he took a shot, and Boileau made the save.
And this line, particularly the combination of Thompson and Smith, is a really fun combination to watch on the ice together. And they had a couple good chances there right towards the end of that shift, and I'm not a big fan of this trap playing that we're seeing both teams sort of lay back a lot. I don't know. I think it's more just because I'm a hockey viewer and not a hockey player at a high level that I don't enjoy it as much, but they make some exciting plays happen.
Another chance turned aside by Boileau. Want to give a shout out to former Voodoos trainer and athletic therapist JJ Johnson, who his season out west is wrapping up. They got a couple of games left. He's listening in right now. Always great to hear from JJ. It's kind of weird seeing the Voodoos green without JJ around, to be honest with you. Ricci at the point takes a shot. That one was nearly tipped in by Dubroy, but it was sent in on the pad instead. Little knocks it back in. Jean-Pierre Audris gets the puck out, but it's sent back in by Ricci. Ricci had it knocked out as the Janicki tried to send it back in, but Lemke caught it down and brings it in to Lumberjacks territory. Shields now with it. Far side for Lemke. Lemke threw it out front. As now the Voodoos are starting to get some chances, but they're not able to connect on those passes out front. McLean in some trouble now as Case is able to come in and help him out. Good to see that the police force is back together, McLean and Case. McLean now slowing things down. As he's slowing things down so much, he was able to take his hand out of his glove and fix his jersey.
Passes it off the back of the net there and just kind of
he's waiting for his guys to set up as Russo goes for a drive-by. Now down the ice for Dawson. Dawson knocked off the puck at the Lumberjacks bench, however. Now still a battle through the neutral zone. Turner chasing Schillinglaw. Schillinglaw in Hearst zone with it. And now he turns around, and I think he's going to decide on the same thing that McLean just did. As he slows things down, both teams, like I said yesterday, this is what they did through the first half of the game. They like to set up their own plays and make sure everyone got off the ice, it felt like, before they started doing things. Hearst down the ice now. A good play by Turner to get through the neutral zone, but he couldn't quite gain the blue line. And Hearst sends it back into Voodoo's territory. Now Smith with it. Smith for Sturge. Sturge nearly knocked off the puck, but now Russo has it with some speed up for Turner. It was just out of his reach, and it's into the near side corner in Lumberjacks territory. Russo with the puck, battling for it on the half wall. Tries to walk out front, and tried the backhand, but he decided against it as he was in a good shooting area, just didn't have a good shooting lane. Now McElhaney tries to wrap around, and Boileau denies him on the far side as McElhaney came out of nowhere and picked up the puck behind the net for a good chance there.
We have a little pushing and shoving, so the ref calls a halt to the changes momentarily until the players break up and the changes can resume.
Yeah, for those paying attention to the OHL and you're actually watching us tonight, they just did their draft lottery. The Windsor Spitfires will be drafting first, followed by the Sarnia Sting, then Peterborough Petes, and the Niagara Ice Dogs will draft fourth.
Poor Niagara.
Yeah, they can't even win a draft lottery. They're losers in that too. Babiak tried to carry the puck in, but Robinson was a good step ahead of him, so they call that one offside.
You You know the first thing that goes to my head every time something unfortunate happens to Niagara?
How's that?
Justice!
Yeah, that's true. No, I think of Uncle Vernon from Harry Potter going, justice. That's what you guys get. I'm not bitter at all, but hey, the media room is pretty nice.
It is a nice media room
nice
if you're
drink.
allowed to be in there.
Yeah, if you're allowed to be in there. Not, accredited media members who are told not to be in there.
Yep.
But whatever, we're not bitter about it 2 years later. Little down the ice to Rive. Otherwise, you have a really nice arena, Niagara.
I love the town of Niagara. I love the rink in Niagara. I love the people that are from Niagara.
Well, you lived there for a while.
It's very opposite of my feelings of Sudbury,
I know. You tell my girlfriend every chance you get. And I approve of it.
You prompted every chance you
It's
get.
true. As Harrison calls them, the Nickel Nerds on the podcast, as he was doing his freestyle rap. Check him out at Riot Raps, by the way.
RYOT.
Yeah, we've been promoting him a lot because we keep just playing his stuff on the podcast when he least expects it. McMillan walking in. Looked to go out front, but he couldn't quite get a pass away. Now Thompson with it. Look back out for McMillan, but now it's to McLean. McLean going for a skate. Goes behind the net. Tries to carry it out front, but it's knocked off his stick. Now McMillan comes in on the near side for it. McMillan sends it back in, although it didn't go too far as Hearst picked it up. However, they couldn't complete a pass to Kalen. Now Thompson with it. His backhand pass missed his man, and they dump it in on Durocolo, who elects to play it to Case. Case. These are from McLean. McLean doing the same thing, playing the puck off the net as McDonald decided to come in, but then he kind of eased off. Now McLean, once again, through the neutral zone with some speed, had the puck knocked off his stick and is to Dubroy, and they deemed that offside as McLean didn't have clean possession while going over the blue line. Also a little bit of self-promotion here. The Frontline podcast came out just about 3 hours ago on all streaming networks, and you want to hear us talk about our quote-unquote expert opinion on the OHL playoffs? Tune in. I tell you, we're not very experts. Judging by the fact that in our NOJHL one, our bracket's already busted. We said Blind River in 6 over Espanola. Well, guess what? Espanola already has 3 wins. So
I think that was not an unreasonable call, though.
No. Dubroy with a shot stopped by Boilo. And we'll get another stoppage here.
I was thinking about that earlier today, and not specifically hockey, but it was related to sort of like sports brackets and stuff. You can only go with the best information you have available to you at the time.
That's true.
And the best information available at the time had Blind River being the winner of that series.
I mean, they still could. It's just unlikely at 3-1, right?
Well, they won't in 6 for sure.
No,
right?
they won't. Yeah, they could go 7.
Yeah.
And game 7 at that point, you got to like the Beavers for coming back in that series, right?
Yeah, if they get back to 7, I'm picking them. But until then,
yeah, it's going to be tough. The Paper Kings, offensive juggernaut, man. Battling for possession. Now Russo comes away with it, but he gets it down the ice for Janicki. Also want to give a shout out to Harrison, also known as Riot, for listening in too. He's very happy with us for putting that out there according to the message I got. As Dawson takes down his man, no call coming on that one though. Russo with another shot, stopped by Boilo. Now another chance as Hearst is able to get the puck out of their zone. Dawson picks it up in the neutral zone, sends it back to McLean and goes off for a change. McLean with 2:20 left in the first period. Shots on goal 15-8 in favor of Powassan. McLean slowing things down. Let's front this time taken away by Hearst Moore. Now down the ice for Patterson. Case sends it right back the other way. And Paquette picks it up in his own zone. Paquette goes behind his net. Near side to Schillinglaw. Schillinglaw retreats further into his own zone, however. And now Hearst sends it down the ice. Although it will roll in on Durocolo, but he lets McLean take it instead. McLean on the far side corner. 1:30 remaining in this period. Pass out front. Nobody was there. Good thing Alex Case was able to get to it. Now Ray Smith with it. Takes a shot. Blocked aside by Boilo. Didn't look like he really saw that or didn't look very comfortable with that anyways, as it was blocked into the corner. Now battle for it again. McMillan with the shot. That one's blocked away by Hearst. Again, Hearst very good at clogging up the lanes so far in these 2 games here in Powassan. McMillan makes a move to get around his man, carries it in as we're into the final period. He's now in the near side corner in Hearst zone. McMillan battling for it. That's going to go for a call here. And we'll get a stoppage. Was it for offside, maybe? It couldn't have been.
I think the play was inside already, but it's possible. Looks like they're coming out here. Maybe the puck.
I mean,
was shot out.
McMillan had the puck the whole time, I thought. But
One thing I'll say that Boileau's looked really strong today, but the last few shots on him from out far have been blocker high.
yeah,
And he's looked a little handcuffed with them, so I don't know if there's been scouting going on that they've noticed this is a pattern and they're trying to take advantage of it.
well, video coaches and video becoming more and more prevalent in the hockey world. And it's tough to argue against that. Every advantage that you can take as a coaching staff, you take. As Dubroy knocked down hard on the far side. Nothing coming on that one. Lemke from the point takes a shot. Boileau kicks it out of play, and Dubroy promptly goes off the ice. Although under his own power, he might just need a moment there to kind of collect himself. 39.6 seconds left on the clock. That was a big hit.
That was a solid shove into the boards, and it looked a little from behind. But with that said, the play had already moved on, and it was almost more of a shove than a hit.
Ray Smith was out there with Dawson and Russo for an offensive zone draw. Russo now for Smith. Smith tried to thread the needle, but he's knocked off the puck, and now he's well offside, so the Voodoos have to wait to tag up. Hearst, once again, in their own zone behind the net. 20 seconds left. Pick off here by Smith. Smith turning it around, takes a shot. Boileau a little uncomfortable looking on that save, too, as he had to make a last-second attempt to move back to his right, but he does make the save with 14.1 seconds left on the clock. Shots now 19-8 in favor of Powassan.
From my goaltending experience, that's one of the worst feelings in the world when you see the puck clearly leaving your zone. And then out of nowhere, oh no, okay, I got it ready. I mean, I'm out of shape, so I'm usually just trying to catch my breath at that point, too.
But also, especially when it's someone like Wraith Smith,
For sure.
who's got combined on the year 32 goals. Leads the Voodoos in that category. And that should do it here in the first period, as Hearst is just content to play out the clock behind their net. After the first period of play, it's another scoreless game as it was last night. Shots on goal 19-8 in favor of Powassan. Ben, before we go to our break and our intermission, what are your final thoughts on that first period?
As was said last night, and we've been saying tonight, it's good hockey here happening today. If you're at all in the Powassan area and you're able to get down for the second and third periods, it's worth it. It's a nice packed building here with a lot of energy. You know, playoff hockey is what everyone lives for in the hockey world, and that's what we got here.
I keep running into this bit every single time I do something when it comes to this, but it is indeed the most wonderful time of the year. Anyways, we will be back with more on the other side of this intermission. For Mike Brown, Ben Long, Courtney Kenny, we'll see you on the other side of this.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Barry!
Huh?
I told you not to be scaring the customers.
Hey, Barry, come on in for a bite. And bring Brianna with you.
For only 2 minutes up the hill, where you're only a stranger once.
Ready to embark on an electrifying adventure? Look no further than the Mitsubishi Outlander, available in gas or PHEV, the SUV that redefines excellence. Recently awarded the best midsize utility vehicle in Canada for 2023 by AJAC. This bold and sophisticated SUV delivers advanced performance, safety, and tech, plus peace of mind with its standard super all-wheel control and the best warranty in the business. With red-hot deals and plenty in stock, your award-winning drive starts with the Mitsubishi Outlander.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake,
Pleased to be joined by Voodoos General Manager Chris Dawson, who is also a big member of bringing Hockeyville to North Bay. The only other time that Hockeyville has been brought to the North, and Chris, we're talking today because another community in the North is looking to bring home Hockeyville.
Yeah, really exciting times for the community of Elliott Lake, as they were named a finalist recently for the title of basically Hockey Town in North Bay, and an event that's been around really since 2006. North Bay won in 07. We were the second team to win. We ended up winning it was only $50,000 back then, but we got a new a pixelized screen that was on the front of the Memorial Gardens before the renovations to the rink. But it was really, back then it was really a community victory for North Bay, and right around the time when North Bay was looking to try to get an OHL team back, and Mo Mantha was trying to bring a team here, and that obviously fell through, and that was the Niagara getting the Ice Dogs. So I think we showed a lot of community spirit. We showed the hockey community how much we love hockey, and you know what? I haven't asked Scott Abbott directly on it, but you got to think that 4 or 5 years later, the North Bay, the Brampton Battalion decide to move an OHL team. You kind of hope that maybe the OHL, seeing what kind of passion and hockey North Bay was back in 07, that maybe that played a little bit of a part in the battalion moving here. So and as for the Elliott Lake, which is the most important thing, is I can't see a community needing it more than Elliott Lake. This is a team that me wearing my NOJHL hat, I know and have heard all the trying times that Elliott Lake has. The junior team there, the Elliott Lake Vikings, they don't have a place to play. They had to move to Massey to play all their practices. So every practice, every event is 45 minutes down the road. At one time they were playing some games in home games in Blind River and Espanola. So a really trying year for the junior team. And you just think of all those little kids, the kids in minor hockey. They don't have a rink to play for in their community. So you know what, to see that money go towards helping bring a rink back on its feet, I think is I can't think of a better reason to vote for a community than Elliott Lake. I know all of the other three communities are special, but on March 29th, the NOJHL, I know, and I think everybody in the North should get on their computer and vote, because you can vote more than once. At 9 a.m. you can start voting. Vote once and vote often, and it'd be great to see Elliott Lake win it.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that live in Elliott Lake that have been really missing out on their team. They just moved there, so they were excited to be able to watch the Junior A team. With your experience through Hockeyville, how do you think, like you touched on it, bringing the battalion and, trying to bring the OHL back, but especially in a small community like that, being GM of the Voodoos and all that stuff, what do you think hockey means to a smaller community like that, and bringing in Hockeyville, how big that'll be?
I just think that it's very passionate. I mean, there's so much history in the North with Elliott Lake. You go look back at the North Bay Centennials. One of our biggest names in the final years that we had the Centennials was Chris Thorburn, and he started his junior hockey career playing for the Elliott Lake Vikings back in the 90s. So and he's won a Stanley Cup now, and so that played a part in his development. And it's the North. I think we're kind of the underdogs. You think we don't have the the big numbers, like there's places like Cochrane, which is close to Calgary, which has millions of population. We don't have the population, but I think we certainly have the passion for hockey. So hopefully a lot of people jump on board the Elliott Lake Vikings ship and ride them to a Hockeyville championship.
Well put, and of course the North really helped bring North Bay home to Hockeyville as well, so I'm thinking that it might be time for a second one. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add? I know you mentioned where to vote and everything, but if you want to hit on that just one more time.
Yeah, you just got to go to the Hockeyville website. It starts on March 29th at 9 a.m., and it's not just one vote. I know there's a lot of people have done different type of voting for different things, but you can vote more than once. So vote once, vote twice, vote 100 times if you can, because I think it's a great cause. And really, that's kind of how it was even back in 07 with us. It was you could vote multiple times. So let's get on board and see Elliott Lake named Hockeyville.
All right, that's Chris Dawson, the general manager of the Powassan Voodoos, NOJHL advocate, trying to get you out to vote for Elliott Lake for Hockeyville here in 2024.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Well, are you ready? Because I'm ready. Period number 2 is coming up here at the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Courtney Kenny. Pleased to be joined by Ben Long. 0-0 is the score so far after 20 minutes of play. Much like the first period in yesterday's game, the Voodoos and Hearst are still looking for the icebreaker. Shots on goal, 19-8 in favor of the Voodoos, though. So Powassan had a little bit more offensive pressure than Hearst, although it might not feel that way. It kind of felt even that first period.
It was a pretty even first period. Powassan had that one power play where they really kind of took control. And
even then, it was the second half of that power play.
Yeah. That 1 minute, they got a handful of shots, and I think they really did a pretty good job of keeping the pressure going the other way. Although it wasn't singularly the other way, it was predominantly the other way.
Voodoos coming. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and now we head back into the danger zone.
Yeah, that's a good place to be, potentially. Depending on how this period goes, I'll tell you, though. So,
yeah.
As the Voodoos are back out on the ice, of course, the long change could play a factor here. As apologies, we just got an air horn right next to us going off there. But the air horn, or not the air horn, the long change could play a factor here in the second period. We didn't really play a factor in overtime last night, as the two teams did have the long change, but we're still ready to go with 1:50 left on the clock, and still scoreless here left in this game, I should say, as we get ready to start the second period right here at the Powassan Sportsplex. Ben, playoff hockey, it's the best time of year. I've said it before, I'll keep saying it again. This is when
the
you play
most
the
wonderful time of the year.
Even better. We're going to get copyright struck or something for that, I bet.
I bet you that song's into public domain by now.
Oh, it is pretty old, that's for sure. I had to do my research for like my Voodoos playoff article. I was like, who sings the most wonderful time of the year? Because I want to get it right. And I abused that song. I wanted the original.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. You want
Who's the original singer of
Andy
it?
Williams.
Okay.
Probably never heard of him.
I've heard the name. Probably because he sang that song.
Yeah, probably. As we're about to get back underway, my big Christmas album growing up was Bing Crosby's Christmas album. That's what my grandmother always had on the record player at home at Christmas time.
My big Christmas album was Bob and Doug McKenzie's Great White North album with the 12 Days of Christmas.
As we're back underway here in the second period, the Voodoos in their home greens are going left to right. Out front, McMillan with a good chance there as he was fed the puck and just put it wide. And Hearst in the road whites are going right to left. Another shot on net to DeRoccolo. Again, that McMillan, Thompson, Smith line buzzing off the hop just like they did in the first period. And McMillan just missed the first goal of the game by inches.
It was so close there. I thought that was in for a second. So, you see the mesh move and the puck shoot by, and then all of a sudden it hits the boards and comes back. And you're like, ah.
Yeah. Hockey's a mean game where the angle that you're at, you could just see the puck go behind the net. You're like, oh, it's it. And then it's like, no. It's not as
you.
Yeah, got you. You thought we scored. As now the Voodoos give it up. Patterson with a chance, takes a shot. That one's wide of the Voodoos net. Audris keeps it in, goes around behind. Lemke shoves his man away and tries to get the puck out of the zone, but it's kept in by Hearst once again. Schillinglaw walks in, takes a shot, stopped by Duracolo. Shields banks the puck down the ice. That is indeed offside, as that was a very delayed offside. The linesman put his hand up. Then he realized that Hearst had the puck, and maybe I should blow the whistle on that one.
That was a very much delayed reaction. And the one thing that I'll say, my only criticism of the NOJHL as the league is they don't hold. They'll start the periods early if everyone's on the ice and ready to go instead of waiting.
Yep.
And we still have some wet spots on the ice as a result.
Yeah, we saw that play a factor last night a little bit. As behind where the Voodoos net is this period, there was a wet spot there that kept sticking the puck. You'd see people skate, and next thing it was stuck on the ice. So it's definitely played a factor a little bit. Didn't lead to a goal, but it definitely played to the ending of some plays as the puck rolls in on Duracolo, and he's just going to cover things up.
The thing about that is it doesn't have to directly lead to a goal or directly stop a goal for it to have, a butterfly effect change on the game, right? If one clean breakout doesn't make it, they don't get down the ice. Maybe they don't get a chance. Maybe they score a goal on that play. There's all sorts of things that can be little things make a huge difference at the end.
Another chance from the point, stopped by Duracolo. Little with the puck in his zone. As Hearst now, kind of ever since that first shift by the Voodoos in this period, Hearst has come out like gangbusters here through the first minute and a half. Robinson on the far side takes another shot. That one's wide of the net. As now back behind the net once again, Ricci battling with his man. And it's out for Rive to send the puck down the ice. McElhaney in pursuit. As getting to that one is Boucher. Goes back for Paquette. Paquette clears his zone, gets it up for his teammates, but it's no further than the neutral zone as Little gets it, gains the red line, dumps it right back in. Boileau for Boucher. Boucher behind his net now. 2 minutes into this period, still scoreless. Robinson turns around. Goes the other way. Now it's cross ice. Paquette tried to bring the puck in, but he lost it off his stick. No, McLean plays it behind his net. Thompson picks it up. Chase Thompson through the neutral zone, lost the handle on it. Now it's a 2-on-1 for Hearst. Case takes it in, they score! The Lumberjacks with a nice goal to get off the Schneid in this one. And then barrel themselves into the boards. It's 1-0 Hearst, as that's Bourdon Lemoyne's first of the playoffs.
That was a very good play by Hearst. Very good forechecking and not giving up on the play leaving the zone. That they were able to get control of that back and take a nice shot to beat Duracolo low blocker side. And, it's not what I like to see, but if I was a Hearst fan, I assure you I'd be stoked about that play.
Yeah, I would be too. Hearst scored first last night, though, ended up falling. I think Hearst has scored the first goal in every game so far. Might have to go back and check on that. As now, behind the net, Hearst once again still buzzing, but Little gets to it. Little, cross ice for Lemke. Lemke with Little. Little was looking for the rebound as Lemke took the shot, and that one's saved by Boileau.
And that had a bit of a delayed reaction of the mesh moving. Puck goes up, floats through the air a little bit. Wonder where that went. Oh, there's the mesh moving. And probably the all-time classic song comes on the speakers here.
You can't complain with 50 mission cap, and especially in the playoffs. As they face-off violation there, coming to the far side of Boileau's net. Como scored the first goal in the series, so that's Hearst getting the first goal in game one. As Voodoo's trying to battle for it. Shields comes away with it. Tried to get it to Sturge, but he couldn't get it out front. Game two, Como scored the first goal again. So that's every game in the series, the first goal has gone to Hearst. Down the ice, Boswell plays it off to McDonald. McDonald plays it far side, stopped by Duracolo. Now to the near side, Boswell gets back to Janicki. Another chance, tipped on net, but it was just wide. Now for Sturge. Sturge tried to get the puck out. Now it's out front. Hearst with a chance. As it's still out front of the net, they score again! Hearst with a 2-0 lead here as Jean-Pierre Audris gets the goal. Nobody cleared the front of the net for Powassan. Not much you can blame for Duracolo on that one. As Hearst now up 2-0 here in less than 4 minutes of the second period.
And that's frustrating for a coaching staff, as you can drop the play, you can show them what you want them to do on the ice, but if they're going to let guys just control the puck in front of your net, there's not much chance you have.
Not much chance at all. That happened last night to Duracolo too. There were 3 shots back-to-back on net for him, as coming in as Turner with a sharp angle shot. Back for McLean. McLean with a sharp angle chance. That one goes wide of the net. Case takes another chance. That one's blocked in front by Hearst. Now coming in, Turner. Battling for it. Dawson tries to gain positioning on the puck and is sent back into the corner. Battling now on the near side, or on the far side. Another chance. Russo tried to shovel the puck out front but couldn't quite find it. And now it's sent down the ice for Patterson at the blue line. Patterson, cross ice for Janicki. Janicki walks in. Takes another chance. That one's blocked by Powassan and the puck is tipped wide. Now Turner tries to get down the ice with the puck, but he's overskated it and Moore gets to it. Moore goes cross ice for his man Patterson. Patterson keeps it in as the Voodoos try to get it out. Turner gets it down past the red line, but not very far. As coming the other way is Boucher. Boucher had the puck off his stick. Paquette gets to it though, as no Voodoo player was able to get to that one. Now dumped in for Duracolo. Case twisting and turning in his own zone, stops up behind his net. Now he slows things down. Although the first team to have a 2-goal lead in this series was Hearst, and they were able to hold on even though the Voodoos made it a 1-goal game, and that was in game 2. Now McElhaney with the puck. Tried to find McLean. McLean wasn't ready for the pass, so it goes right into Hearst territory with Hearst keeping up the pace here. 20-14 the shots in favor of Hearst. Hearst has a 5-1 advantage though in this period, and it's 2-0 in the goal column. Another shot. That one went wide of Duracolo's net. Bounce down, Little gets it back to the point and hops over Robinson's stick. McElhaney will have a chance here as he's able to get it in. Sharp angle, went right over Boileau's net. Now Ricci was looking cross ice. Couldn't quite find Patrick though. As Hearst going the other way, Kalen walks in. Puck was off of Ricci and went towards the net, but it's out past. Now another chance out front of the net. Someone has to clear that one. McElhaney gets to it. McElhaney in his own zone. Up the ice now for Little. Little tried to get it to Wraith Smith. Smith couldn't quite get it back to him though. Now once again Little battling for the puck at his own blue line. And McMillan just skates over it. Ricci up near side to McMillan. McMillan looking to go center of the ice. Clogged up there by Hearst. Jackson Smith in his own zone. Down for McMillan. McMillan falls over himself. And now Sturge chasing after the puck, although good play there by Hearst, sends it right back down the other way. Borden Lemoyne with the puck, sends it in. Jackson Smith picks it up. Smith carries the puck past the red line, gets it in for Sturge. Sturge streaking in, takes a shot, blocked by Hearst, another chance. And Thompson was falling to the ice, couldn't quite get it to find pay dirt though. As now the puck's right back down into Voodoo's territory. Jackson Smith in a foot race, and he sends it right back down. Wraith Smith now with the puck, skates in. Smith stops up, tried to set up for the shot, and he overskated the puck as it hopped over his stick. Now McMillan battling in the corner. McMillan still twisting and turning, tries to shield the puck with his body as it's up against the boards now. Smith coming in for some help. Trudell in there for the Lumberjacks. Smith taken down hard. Oh my goodness, McMillan right in there. If you're Powassan, you don't want to take an extra penalty. Oh, falling over Wraith Smith now. We haven't seen Wraith Smith move. That's not a good look now as the Voodoos offensive catalyst. That's a dirty hit right there from behind.
That was a bad hit, but when it's your own player down there, you want to watch when you're getting the guy who hit him that you're not falling onto the injured player, and that's exactly what happened there. Is the two of them wrestled up with each other and went right down on Smith. Trainer's out there though, and he's sort of getting to his knees there. Looks like he's getting up under his own strength, so that's always good to see.
Oh, yeah, hopefully Wraith Smith's able to stay in this game, as that's a dangerous hit no matter which way you slice it. Wraith Smith, again, the offensive catalyst for this team. You don't want to see him taken off the ice for too long. McMillan in the box now, so we'll just have to see what kind of penalties are up on the board. As I was trying to say earlier, the 3 chances down the ice against Dracula, no one cleared the puck out on that, that goal, but the same thing happened last night when he was still down at that end in the second period. He had 3 straight shots. The third one he got 85% of, and it fluttered into the net. You can't allow shots like that against your goaltender, or else you will end up seeing it, as now Trudell's going to be shown the gate, much to the applause of Voodoos faithful here. Again, that's a hit that you don't want to see in hockey. Nope. 2 minutes are up on the board right now for Hearst. And we'll have to see if Powassan gets anything.
Well, there's a player in the
It'll be, it's McMillan in there for Powassan. Borden Lemoyne's going to serve the penalty for Hearst. I would imagine it's a 2 and a 10. And then probably a game.
2 and 10 in game, it looks like, and then offsetting 2s for roughing, I would assume.
Looks that way. We'll have to see what they announce once play gets back underway. So Powassan with a golden opportunity here to try and cut the lead in half and get their first of the game. 12:49. I haven't seen Smith leave the bench, but he's not out there to start the power play. Although this is the other unit. With Dubois out there. Haven't seen him in a while either since he took that hit.
No, that was a hard hit he took, and he looked in rough shape going off the ice, but it's good to see him back out there. He's always a dangerous player when he's on the ice.
Shields coming in for the draw for Powassan. It's one to Patrick, who gets it back to Little at the point. Now Dubois with it. Dubois stopping things up. Voodoos on the power play. McMillan back to Dubois at the point. Dubois fanned on his pass over to Little. Now he finally gets it to him. Gets another chance at the point. Back for Little. Little playing the bumper position, takes a shot, and that one missed well wide. And the puck goes all the way back down into Voodoos territory off the rebound.
2 minutes for checking from behind.
So 2 minutes for checking from behind in a game misconduct. And 2 minutes for roughing for Trudell. And that's 2 minutes for roughing for McMillan. McElhaney to Patrick, back to McElhaney. Back to Patrick on the far side half wall. Back for Dubois. Dubois sends it in for McElhaney. McElhaney, sharp angle chance. Good save there by Boileau. Now down the ice for Dracula to play. Dracula leaves it for Little with Hay all over him. Little with speed. Burning through. Man, he's got speed to burn. Alex Little on the near side is left to Hearst. Hearst is going to be able to dump it out. No, Case keeps it in. Only momentarily, though, as we're under a minute left on the power play. The Voodoos have to make a statement at some point and try to half this lead. It'd be nice to see them do this on this power play as Wraith Smith back out there. Good to see. Chase Thompson now gets around his man. Back for Smith. Smith walks in. He takes the shot. And what a save by Boileau as Wraith Smith with a golden opportunity there, stopped by the goaltender.
That was really such a beautiful play he made in the slot to get that shot off. And unfortunately for the Voodoos, Boileau was just right there with the hot arm and kept that one out of the net.
2-0 Hearst leads here. The Voodoos with less than a minute on the power play still. Lemke loses the draw, but it's back out front, but not for long as Hearst is going to be able to send the puck all the way down the ice. Dracula blocks it down, leaves it for Case. Case in his own zone. He has Ricci with him as Case now opts to skate the puck down the ice. Case walks over the blue line, gets it to Thompson. Thompson to Case. Now back to the point for Smith. Ricci with it. Ricci walks in, takes a shot. Good save by Boileau. As now the pass over for Case. Couldn't quite find his man, and then a good play by Smith and a good play by Case to negate a potential breakaway for Hearst as we're back to 5-on-5 as Como nearly knocks down Case in the neutral zone. Case going off for a change. 10:30 left here in the second period. 2-0 Hearst leads. Boswell with the puck. Boswell, sharp angle shot, stopped by Dracula. And that'll give us a pause here in the action, but a great play by Case and Smith again, to make sure that the puck couldn't get down to the player coming out of the penalty box.
That was one that I thought we were in for a out-of-the-box breakaway like we see so commonly, especially the Junior A and the OHL level. And, yeah, that was a great block of that puck.
Como in for the draw. It's won back by Russo, though. As Little now leaves it for Russo in the near side corner. Down the ice for Paquette. Dawson's going to try and chase him for it, and Turner gets there first. And then the puck bounces off the boards, bounces in towards Boylo, and we'll get a stoppage here with 10-11. Powassan will get an offensive zone draw in the Lumberjack zone.
And as of that, or even leading up to that power play, we're starting to see little signs of life out of Powassan. Most of the early period was predominantly the Lumberjacks controlling, so it's nice to see Powassan getting some pressure back the other direction.
McLean tries to get a shot away. Now McElhaney with a chance. It's blocked. And a couple of blocks made by the Lumberjacks there, once again clogging up the shooting lanes. Boswell to Schillinglaw. Schillinglaw's shot was blocked by Powassan. Now McElhaney sends the puck down the ice, and that one's going to roll. Will it have the legs for icing? It does. As off the glass, it didn't look like it would, but then it hit that edge and kept on rolling.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be doing a little sort of weird spin and not make it all the way down, but like you said, it just caught one edge and just took probably half the ice on that one rolling edge.
Yeah. Rolling on the frozen river.
Keep rolling. What?
Thank you, Limp Bizkit, for wonderful poetry. Bet you didn't think you were going to hear Limp Bizkit on this broadcast. There's another chance there, turned away by the Voodoos. Back to Audris with the shot. Turned aside by Durocolo. Now Hearst with offensive zone possession again. Will Rive, though, on the far side, battling for it, and it's left in for Hearst as they're behind the goal line now. Tries to get it behind the net as McLean was all tied up. McElhaney battling for it, but it comes out front. A good chance for Hearst, but it's negated by Case. Back to Audris. Audris off the stick, and it stays in, but goes off the end wall. Now Rive gets to the puck and gets it out of Voodoo's territory. Audris picks it up in his own zone at his blue line. Audris goes behind his net. Patrick goes off for a change. Smith back out there. Now it's to Jackson Smith behind the net. Jackson Smith leaves it for Chase Thompson. Thompson, cross ice for McLean. McLean gains the zone, stops up, tried to go cross ice, and now he gives the puck up, and Hearst could have a 2-on-0, but a good block there by Jackson Smith. Now another chance, Bordeaux and Lemoyne took a shot, and that one was blocked by the Voodoos. Now out front trying to get another chance, but McMillan gets to it. McMillan down the ice was looking for Smith. It's off his skates and down into the near side corner. Smith battling for it with Paquette. Paquette comes away with it. 8:10 left here in the second period. 2-0 Hearst leads. Sturge battles for it, gets it to his man. That was Thompson, and Thompson's pass was well behind Smith, so he wasn't able to pick it up. Now Jackson Smith in his own zone. Stops things up. Goes near side to Sturge. Sturge, and then a bit of an awkward collision behind the net. Sturge has it ripped off his stick by Moore. Moore goes cross ice as Hearst continues their possession now in their own zone as Hearst is gaining momentum once again. Puck dumped in. Durocolo leaves it for Jackson Smith, who's been on the ice for a while. Jackson Smith gets it all the way up into the neutral zone for McMillan, and now chasing after it is Shields. Shields tries to go cross ice. His pass well out of the reach of Smith, and then Boylo just knocks it away with a stick. 7.5 minutes here, or 7:20 I should say, left in this period. As now the puck down the ice for Como. Como battling with Little on the near side wall. DuBrois also in there as well for the Voodoos. And the puck comes back to Janicki, throws it wide of the net, off the glass behind the net. Moore with the puck. He had it knocked off his stick. Now off to the races is Cameron Lemke. Lemke walks in, takes the shot. Second chance, stopped by Boylo. What a save by the goaltender. Two great chances for Cameron Lemke, who put in the overtime winner last night. Stonewalled there by Boylo. Puck now down the ice again for Turner, as that'll go for icing, as that missed Turner, although he's pleading his case there. And I thought for sure that hit him too, but I guess not. So, 6:40 left. We'll get an icing call here against the Voodoos, 25-17. The shots in favor of Powassan.
And that was the first whistle that we've had in a good while there. Kind of expecting a buzzer to go here to give us a...
No, it's icing.
Oh, they don't do it on icings. They need to cut some of those exception rules out too, I think.
You're supposed to be penalized when you ice the puck, I guess, right? So the OHL doesn't do it that way.
No.
Yeah, penalties, icings, or goals. Puck near side. McDonald knocks his man down. And then Little knocks his man down, Boswell. Puck out front, though. Missed everybody. And now the Voodoos are going to go off for a quick change as they're tired. Audris with the puck in his own zone. Audris leaves it for McDonald. McDonald gets around his man, makes Turner fall to the ice. Now Russo knocked down as well. And walks in, takes another shot, stopped by DeRoccolo. That's from McDonald. McDonald sends it back around behind. Boswell with the puck now in Voodoo's territory. Boswell battling with Ricci in the far side corner. McDonald throws it to the near side, and it's picked up here by Grorzelink. Comes in, takes a shot, knocked aside by DeRoccolo, and Hearst continues on the puck. Hearst definitely owning the possession time here in the second period, aside from maybe 2-3 minutes by the Voodoos. As now a punch thrown at Little, but nothing coming there. Grorzelink with another chance here, gets it back in for his man. That's Boswell with the puck, takes a hard hit as well. Now Little with the puck. Goes cross ice to the middle of the ice to Caleb Dawson. Dawson walks in, takes a shot, blocked aside by Boylo. Dawson tried to get it back in deep. However, going the other way now is Robinson. Robinson walks in, takes a shot. That one was stopped up by Case, and DeRoccolo swept it aside. Now Turner tries to get the puck out of the zone, and he does. If the Voodoos were quicker, they would have had a 2-on-1. And the puck is knocked out of play. With 5 minutes left, that should bring us to our quote-unquote mid-period break. Although 3/4 of it has been played. So with that being said, we'll be back on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And welcome back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. Courtney Kenny pleased to be joined by Ben Long, Mike Brown, our camera operator, and Cassie Millen, who's getting all the great shots down at ice level for social media. So check out the front line on Instagram. Check out our stories, because that's where most of it is. Ben, 2-0 hole that the Voodoos find themselves in. I don't think Daniel DeRoccolo can be upset with any of those goals, though, as most of it were not, well, I would say not his fault.
I imagine he'll want them all back, because that's what competitive people do. But I don't think anyone outside of him can reasonably fault him for them.
No.
And I think there's some heavy discussion going on in the Voodoos bench now saying, listen, guys, we got 5 minutes. We want to go into this intermission only down by 1 or tied. But we got to get on our horses and start riding here.
Yeah, you got to cut the lead in half at some point. No time like the present for the Voodoos. Patrick with the puck. Gets it back for McLean. McLean tried to shovel it back towards Hearst territory, but instead it's knocked around by the Voodoos penalty box, and Hearst comes away with it. Hearst walking into Voodoos territory, but McLean gets to it. McLean chips it down the ice for Rive. Rive with some speed cuts towards the front of the net, and he just ran out of real estate and ran right into the net. And we'll get a stoppage because, well, the puck or the net is definitely off its moorings.
And usually when you run into the net, you're running into it where it's short way to move back. He ran into the full weight of that net there right on the side.
Yeah.
And so it's fortunate he's up and he's back for the face-off, so it looks like he's no real injury there, but those are not light pieces of iron that you're running into there.
No, it is heavy. It is heavy indeed. Even though most of it is mesh, those posts are heavy.
They sure are.
As they set up the net again, and now the face-off will come to the far side of Boylo's net. McElhaney in for the draw. Wins it back to Patrick, and now it's picked up by Case. Or Sturge. Sturge, sharp angle shot, turned aside by Boylo. Battling for it now behind the net is Sturge and Rive. Puck back to the point. McElhinney sends it right back in. And Boylo with a good glove there stops that one up with 4:24 left in the second period. 28-19, shots in favor of Powassan.
One thing that I'm noticing in both these goalies, because every 5 years or so, I'm like, all right, I should look up goalie technique, see what's changed and what's new. There's a new, positioning in it. Well, I'll continue after the play.
Sounds good. Schillinglaw tries to get it out. It doesn't get out. Powassan's able to keep it in. McMillan now turns around, gets around his man, and he decides to go for a skate at the blue line. However, Hearst is finally able to get it out. Schillinglaw going the other way. Schillinglaw throws it towards Durocolo. Durocolo kicks that one aside, and McMillan picks it up in his own zone before he's knocked down by Schillinglaw. Hearst definitely winning the physical battle here in this period. Thompson for Little as the two run into each other, Schillinglaw and Little. And now Ricci gets to it. Ricci got it down for McMillan. McMillan streaking in. McMillan with a shot, stopped by Boylo. It's in! It's snuck past Boylo! Matthew McMillan and the Voodoos are in flight. It's 2-1.
McMillan scores his third goal of the playoffs for his 5th point, and that is a huge one for the Voodoos tonight.
Third goal in as many games. Matthew McMillan, he led the Voodoos in point scoring on the season by a healthy lead. And right there, he's able to sneak it by Boylo as the puck just sat there, and McMillan's able to get the secondary crack at it to get it over the goal line. And as we said moments ago, Ben, you want to have that lead or tie it heading into the third. Well, the Voodoos have halved it and still have 3:30 to work with if you want to tie it up. But don't give anything on the defensive end now. As now McLean tries to bully himself through a line of Lumberjacks, and the puck back into Voodoos territory. Case, it's out front, blocked by the Voodoos. Now Lemke with some speed. We've seen him with some jets this period. Cameron Lemke stops up, throws it towards the net, and Boylo, he was going to miss the net, but gloved that one down to negate any chance from Powassan on getting it off the boards.
So back to what I was saying earlier about the new goaltending style is what's called overlap, and it's how they handle guys coming in wide like that. Up until very recently, goalies played from post to post. If you get up to the post, you don't play anything outside that. Now they're doing a lot where they're covering, it's called overlap, where they're covering outside the net, so it takes away those short side goals that happen from awkward positions.
Yeah, every once in a while as Little takes a hit to throw the puck back in the zone, Boylo leaves it for Janicki. Every once in a while you see somebody come in and just totally redefine the goaltending position. You saw that with Patrick Waugh in the 90s, Marty Brodeur, those guys, Dominic Hasek. They just redefined what it was like to be goalies, right? And completely changed the style of play. Patterson now in one-on-one with Little. Little kept him to the outside and was able to knock the puck away from him, but not for too long as he's able to pick it back up. Now a good stick there by Smith, talks that puck away from Janicki. And Smith walks in. Smith has McMillan. McMillan with another chance. Scores! Matthew McMillan ties it. What a beautiful feed right across to Matthew McMillan. His 4th of the playoffs. It's a 2-2 hockey game.
That was such a beautiful play. It's just quick setup. And as we've been saying since the 5-minute mark, 2.5 minutes ago we said, they're talking on the bench that they want to either half that lead or tie it up if they can. And here they are tied up, so I guarantee you on the bench, we're hearing big words of smart play, boys, play smart. You don't want to give up the lead again going into the third period.
No, if Hearst is able to wrestle back momentum, or Powassan for the other team, regardless, momentum's going to be huge at this point of the game. Case, late period goals can be backbreakers sometimes. Audris gets it down the ice to Boswell. Boswell walks in, tried to take a shot, blocked by Case. Case battling for it on the far side as Case gets it up the ice now for Lemke. Lemke goes cross ice. It's out of the reach of Dubroy though. Dubroy and Audris as Audris knocks it down the ice. Boswell gets to it. Boswell waiting for some recruits to join him as the puck's knocked back out of Voodoos territory. Now that allows McLean to pick it up in his own zone. 1:35 here left in the second period. We're all knotted up at 2 if you're just joining us. The Voodoos with 2 quick ones here moments ago. Walks in now, another chance. Smith wired that one wide as that was an OHL caliber shot just past the goal. Robinson battling for it as Thompson runs into him. And that one will go offside with 1:19 left. We'll get another draw here just outside of the Voodoos blue line.
And Robinson was pretty lucky. He had himself tight up against the board, so when he had the full weight of Chase Thompson slam into him, Chase just kind of bounced off him and ended up on his own butt.
Yeah, the boards here in Powassan aren't very forgiving, that's for sure.
I've sustained many injuries on these boards.
I bet you have. That's why you're the way you are today.
It is.
That'll go for icing against Powassan as Janicki's able to get down there first. Always good to have a local product like Ben Long on the broadcast to tell us all about the ins and outs of this arena.
Exactly.
Spent plenty of time playing hockey here for sure.
Oh, yeah. I played up until my midget year. I ended up playing in Almaguin because Powassan didn't have enough guys playing to make a team.
Really?
Yeah, so we went down. There was 3 or 4 of us that went down to Almaguin and played down there. Did the southern route.
Shot on goal. DeRockalo turns to the side. Janicki throws it right back towards DeRockalo. Last minute of play here in the second period now as Little gets to the puck. As he leaves it for Thompson. Thompson hit his man. And now it's back to Little behind the net. Alex Little who can turn on the burners. As he burns through the neutral zone, gets it to Smith. Smith, toe drag around his man. Couldn't quite get the shot away though. As now Hearst with possession in the neutral zone. 30 seconds left as that one hits Smith up high. And he goes down, but he's good to go. Cross ice, McMillan missed the pass. And now back for Como. Como walks in, goes cross ice. Kalen with a chance, stopped by DeRockalo. Secondary chance, Lumberjacks score! What did we just say? Last minute goals can be backbreaking with 16 seconds left back on the clock. Kalen puts the puck past DeRockalo with his first of the playoffs.
And I think the Voodoos just got a little lax in their own zone there after
Como with his fourth.
Having such good momentum built up. And the play was going so their way, and they just kind of gave up a little in the last zone for 15 seconds there, and the Lumberjacks made them pay the price for that.
14 seconds left now. Case with the puck. Voodoos gave up a last-minute goal last night in the third to force the game to go to overtime. And now it's 3-2 Hearst as they're ready to go into the third period. Patrick with it. Walks in, got around his man, but not enough to get a chance away before the end of the period. All the coaches I've ever talked to about, what would you prefer to give up, a first-minute goal or a last-minute goal? They always say a first-minute goal because you have 20 or 19 and a half minutes left to try and score. A last-minute goal, you have to go to the locker room feeling miserable.
100%. It's really a backbreaker going into that room. Now, depending on the coach, he can take that and use that to fire the team up, and we could come out and see a different Voodoos in this third period.
Well, we'll hope to see a different Voodoos team in the third period as they're able to claw back into this one down 2-0. It's now 3-2 for Hearst. It was just tied until seconds ago, but Hearst went ahead with the third goal, and that'll do it here for our second period coverage of this game 4 in Powassan. Mike Brown, our camera operator, Ben Long, our producer and color commentator today, and Courtney Kenny here on the call for you. We'll be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of this intermission.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Pleased to be joined by Voodoos General Manager Chris Dawson, who is also a big member of bringing Hockeyville to North Bay. The only other time that Hockeyville has been brought to the North, and Chris, we're talking today because another community in the North is looking to bring home Hockeyville.
Yeah, really exciting times for the community of Elliott Lake, as they were named a finalist recently for the title of basically Hockey Town in North Bay, and an event that's been around really since 2006. North Bay won in 07. We were the second team to win. We ended up winning it was only $50,000 back then, but we got a new a pixelized screen that was on the front of the Memorial Gardens before the renovations to the rink. But it was really, back then it was really a community victory for North Bay, and right around the time when North Bay was looking to try to get an OHL team back, and Mo Mantha was trying to bring a team here, and that obviously fell through, and that was the Niagara getting the Ice Dogs. So I think we showed a lot of community spirit. We showed the hockey community how much we love hockey, and you know what? I haven't asked Scott Abbott directly on it, but you got to think that 4 or 5 years later, the North Bay, the Brampton Battalion decide to move an OHL team. You kind of hope that maybe the OHL, seeing what kind of passion and hockey North Bay was back in 07, that maybe that played a little bit of a part in the battalion moving here. So and as for the Elliott Lake, which is the most important thing, is I can't see a community needing it more than Elliott Lake. This is a team that me wearing my NOJHL hat, I know and have heard all the trying times that Elliott Lake has. The junior team there, the Elliott Lake Vikings, they don't have a place to play. They had to move to Massey to play all their practices. So every practice, every event is 45 minutes down the road. At one time they were playing some games in home games in Blind River and Espanola. So a really trying year for the junior team. And you just think of all those little kids, the kids in minor hockey. They don't have a rink to play for in their community. So to see that money go towards helping bring a rink back on its feet, I think is I can't think of a better reason to vote for a community than Elliott Lake. I know all of the other 3 communities are special, but on March 29th, the NOJHL, I know, and I think everybody in the North should get on their computer and vote, because you can vote more than once. At 9 a.m. you can start voting. Vote once and vote often, and it'd be great to see Elliott Lake win it.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that live in Elliott Lake that have been really missing out on their team. They just moved there, so they were excited to be able to watch the Junior A team. With your experience through Hockeyville, how do you think, like you touched on it, bringing the battalion and, trying to bring the OHL back, but especially in a small community like that, being GM of the Voodoos and all that stuff, what do you think hockey means to a smaller community like that, and bringing in Hockeyville, how big that'll be?
I just think that it's very passionate. I mean, there's so much history in the North with Elliott Lake. You go look back at North Bay Centennials. One of our biggest names in the final years that we had the Centennials was Chris Thorburn, and he started his junior hockey career playing for the Elliott Lake Vikings back in the 90s. So and he's won a Stanley Cup now, and so that played a part in his development. And it's the North. I think we're kind of the underdogs. You think we don't have the the big numbers, like there's places like Cochrane, which is close to Calgary, which has millions of population. We don't have the population, but I think we certainly have the passion for hockey. So hopefully a lot of people jump on board the Elliott Lake Vikings ship and ride them to a Hockeyville championship.
Well put, and of course the North really helped bring North Bay home to Hockeyville as well. So I'm thinking that it might be time for a second one. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add? I know you mentioned where to vote and everything, but if you want to hit on that just one more time.
Yeah, you just got to go to the Hockeyville website. It starts on March 29th at 9 a.m. and it's not just one vote. I know there's a lot of people have done different type of voting for different things, but you can vote more than once. So vote once, vote twice, vote 100 times if you can, because I think it's a great cause. And really, that's kind of how it was even back with back in '07 with us. It was you could vote multiple times. So let's get on board and see Elliott Lake named Hockeyville.
All right, that's Chris Dawson, the general manager of the Powassan Voodoos, NOJHL advocate, trying to get you out to vote for Elliott Lake for Hockeyville here in 2024.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Barry!
Huh?
I told you not to be scaring the customers.
Hey, Barry, come on in for a bite. And bring Brianna with you.
For only 2 minutes up the hill, where you're only a stranger once.
Ready to embark on an electrifying adventure? Look no further than the Mitsubishi Outlander, available in gas or PHEV, the SUV that redefines excellence. Recently awarded the best midsize utility vehicle in Canada for 2023 by AJAC. This bold and sophisticated SUV delivers advanced performance, safety, and tech, plus peace of mind with its standard super all-wheel control and the best warranty in the business. With red-hot deals and plenty in stock, your award-winning drive starts with the Mitsubishi Outlander.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for period 3 of game number 4. The Hearst Lumberjacks lead this game 3-2. The Voodoos lead the series 2-1. And I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long, Mike Brown, our camera operator.
Happy birthday, Mike.
It's always a good day when it's Mike Brown's birthday. Shots on goal through 40 minutes of play, 31-23 in favor of the Voodoos as well. So the Voodoos might have the shot total edge, but I would say Hearst dominated the possession play in that second period.
For that second period, for sure, Hearst had way more control. Maybe they didn't get, maybe shots were equal, but the quality of shots, the quality of control time, just almost everything was Hearst, even though, there was 2 minutes there where the Voodoos scored both their goals and really displayed some power and showed how they can play. If they can play like that, 2 minutes for the whole third period, they should have no problem walking away with this game.
Well, they started both periods off great and then kind of slowed down by about the midway point, and then that gives Hearst their legs. And then, like you said, Voodoos came out and had a good couple of minutes where McMillan scored both goals to tie the game up at 2-2. And then in the final minute, in back-to-back games in a period, Hearst scored a goal, although yesterday's final minute goal came in the legitimate final minute of the third period for Hearst. Voodoos winning that one in overtime. Game 5 will go Friday in Hearst. Game 6, if necessary, will come here on Easter Sunday at 7 o'clock from the Powassan Sportsplex, if necessary, of course. Hearst wins tonight. We'll see you Sunday here at the Sportsplex. If the Voodoos win tonight, well, we still don't know, because they could end the series on Good Friday.
They very well could. It could be a very good Friday for the Voodoos fans.
I want to give a shout out to Brad Brooks, who made the trip down here for the third period. Cassie Millen, also our intern, hanging out and getting some good shots from ice level. Keep an eye on social media to see that. As we're about ready for the opening draw of this third period. Thompson up against McDonald. And it's one back for Ricci. The Voodoos, with first possession, get the puck down the ice. No icing called on that one, as Thompson's the first one to it. Hearst starts this period as in the road whites going left to right, and the Voodoos in their home greens will go right to left. Puck out front, shoveled away from the front of the net by Hearst, and now Gorzelink going down the ice. Gorzelink stops up, Ricci with a good stick, knocks that one aside, and then he goes cross ice. Gorzelink in the slot, good chance there for the Lumberjacks, but the Voodoos are able to clear it. I would say at this point of the game, you don't want to go down 2 goals, that's for sure. Ricci sends the puck in. That one missed Boileau's glove entirely. I don't know how he missed that one. I thought that he had it, but it goes behind the net, and Hearst is setting up. Now down the ice. That's Audris, got it to Janiki. Janiki sends it in around the end wall, and Case gets to it. Dubroy with a big hit there. And the puck rolls in on Durocolo, and that's something that Hearst also owned in that second period, was a physicality game, starting with that hit against Smith behind the net.
They were much more physical in that second period, and there was probably some sort of expression in the dressing room to the Voodoos of, you have to start taking it back to them, otherwise they're just going to walk all over you.
Yeah. It's playoff hockey.
The most wonderful time of year.
It is. Russo in for the draw for the Voodoos. Shields didn't realize it at first, so he would have been too many men, but he skates off. McLean with the puck. He's stuck behind his net, though, with two Lumberjacks jersey. Case coming in there for help. And now McLean with the puck. Tries to get it out of the zone. Another chance here, but it's turned aside by Russo, and the Voodoos get it out only briefly. Russo with the puck goes cross ice, looking for Dawson. That one's out of his reach, but there'll be no icing there as he's the first one down the ice to get that. That would have been something if he would have been able to get that puck on his tape. But it bounced over his stick, and now the puck stuck underneath Dawson, so that'll be a stoppage and play there as he gets back up. And now the Voodoos will have an offensive zone draw.
And as both teams make changes, we're starting to see how the third period's going to shake out. We're only 2 minutes in here, but we've seen a good bit of play both ways, so I think we're going to see a bit more even of a period at least than the last.
Puck won by the Lumberjacks off the draw. Down the ice he goes. Babyak with the puck. Babyak goes cross ice. That one over the net of Durocolo. He didn't see that as it took a different hop right at the last second. Now Hearst once again with possession in the neutral zone, flips it right back in. Babyak with the puck on the far side, gets it into the corner, goes for a skate behind the net, passes it back to Boucher at the point. Boucher sends it right back around the perimeter. McElhaney will be first on it on the far side half wall. He's knocked off the puck by Babyak. Now Smith, once again battling over on the far side corner as well. And the puck comes out front, however it's knocked away by Sturge. Now McElhaney gains the red line, flips it in. Rive chases after it as the Voodoos go for a change. Rive runs into Boucher behind the net. Hearst with possession in their own zone. Battling for possession was Thompson, but Hearst going the other way. Kalen with the puck. Back into his own player at the red line. That's Janiki who sends it back around the end wall. Ricci with it. Ricci has the puck, sends it back behind the net to Little. Alex Little stopping up. Just over 3 minutes gone here in this third period. Thompson fanning on the pass out of the zone. We've seen the Voodoos do that multiple times tonight too. Just unsure of their puck movements, fanning on it. Now McMillan got it at center ice, tried to reach up the ice to Wraith Smith. And now Smith giving Janiki all sorts of fits in his zone. As Thompson wins it to Smith. Smith tried to walk it in. Thompson, sharp angle shot. And that one just missed the net. Now Wraith Smith turns around, sends it back around the end wall. McMillan tried to get to it, although it's knocked away from him. Now McLean back in for Thompson. Thompson leaves it for McLean. McLean tried to get it out front, and he lost the puck on that one. Wraith Smith battling in there as well with Paquette. Near side half wall battle for Thompson as a couple of bodies collide. And the Voodoos still with possession, but not for long as Gorzelink gets the puck out. Wraith Smith stands him up at the red line, gets it to McLean. McLean looking for an option out front. Gets it to Smith. Smith turns it back around, and now Paquette has it in his own zone. Paquette up the ice now for Gorzelink, who just decides that he needs a change and dumps the puck in after he gets to the red line. Shields has the puck now behind the net. A little bit of a mix-up there as Case tried to take the puck, and then a Hearst player came in and absolutely nearly took it away from them. Now Lemke in, down in Hearst territory. Lemke behind the net, battling for it, tries to get it to Shields. He does. Shields on the near side. Weak pass back to Lemke. Now a shot attempt by Shields as Lemke was able to get the puck back to Shields. Lemke with a hard shot from the point, or from the near side half wall, I should say, rather. Schillinglaw battling for it, and Lemke nearly lined his man up, Robinson. And now he takes another shot, saved by Durocolo. Hay with the puck, goes for a skate around the net. Shields takes the puck away from him and dumps it to the near side half wall where he picks it back up and sends it down the ice. Down the ice, cross ice, Hearst. Over 5 minutes gone here in the third period. Hearst still leads 3-2. 32-25, the shots in favor of Powassan. Sturge behind the net. Como out front. Sturge just leaves the puck for his man Russo. Russo carries the puck out of his zone. Gets the puck down the ice for Dawson, but he lost it, and now the other way goes Hearst. Foot race for it. Good speed by Ricci. Takes it away from Como. Ricci can't get the puck out of his zone, though. Now Russo picks it up. Russo tried to will it over to Dawson. It was picked off there by Borden Lemoyne. Now the other side, Como walking in. Como tried to go center of the ice, and it was nearly knocked in off a skate. Another chance, far side, nearly came across, but the puck back out of the zone. Sent back in by Paquette. Hits Turner on his way as well. Now Russo has the puck. Russo up for Turner. Turner, that was a little slow developing, but he's able to get to McElhaney. McElhaney, sharp angle, takes the shot, and that one just hit a pad and went wide. Now another chance from the point, sent in by Patrick. Patrick, who had a goal here in the third period, shoots it on Boilo, and he just gloves it down for another stoppage here with 13:41 left in this third period.
That was an easy shot from the point for Boilo to just kind of glove down, but it's a good play for the Voodoos in that they get a chance to have a face-off and set up in the offensive zone.
Patrick looking for the draw in his own zone, or in the Hearst zone. He wins it, and now in the corner is Rive. Rive to McElhaney. With Rive, gets it back to the point for Case. It's past his stick and down the ice. Now a foot race, but Duraculo will get to it first and keep it away from Robinson. Now Babyak to it, back for Robinson. To Babyak, missed the net on that attempt. Audris at the point. Case in the corner with it, taking hard into the boards, battling with McElhaney as well. Hearst able to get it out. Rive didn't see that the puck was free, and now he finally gets to it and sent back in. Case with the puck behind his net, slowing things down. 12:58 left here in this third period. Voodoos trail 3-2. It was 2-0 Hearst. Voodoos tied it up at 2, and then Hearst scored to go ahead late in the third. Thompson's pass out of the zone, negated by Hearst, and now Case gets to it. Gets it to Smith, who sends it down into Hearst territory. Smith, sharp angle, looked out front. Thompson with a chance as he's nearly knocked down, and now Schillinglaw knocks him into the net and knocks the net off its moorings because of a little tie-up with Thompson there. Although that was a great chance there for Chase Thompson on another gorgeous feed from Wraith Smith.
That was a really beautiful pass out front by Smith. I wasn't sure it was going to make it through. Thompson got his stick on it, but not enough of it to direct it right into the net. And those are those plays where they haunt you a little bit because you did everything you could, but if you could have done just a little more, you might be in a different boat.
McMillan in for the draw for Powassan. Wins it over to Thompson. Little keeps it in, not very deep though, as the log jam of bodies was just up close to the blue line. Now it's down into Voodoos territory. Boswell gets around his man, tries to center the puck out front. Good body by Ricci to stop that. Smith up the ice for Thompson. Thompson overskated the puck, and now Smith just turns around and fires it down into Hearst territory for Schillinglaw behind his net. Schillinglaw up to Gorzelink. Gorzelink looking to take the perimeter. He does. Boswell sends it right back around. Now Boucher gets to it. Sends it in for Boswell. Boswell battling with Shields in the far side corner. And McLean comes in for help. Now it's back to the point for Schillinglaw. Cross ice. Good read there by Dubroy as Dubroy's trying to get past his man Boucher. And now Schillinglaw comes in and steals the puck from him as Dubroy knocked down in the corner. But a good read there by Dubroy on the pass across to intercept that. And usually you see Dubroy fly, but he wasn't able to create separation there from Hearst.
No, with Dubroy, he has that real good ability in a few strides to get to full speed, but he didn't even have a few strides of separation to get going there. So he was right in, and the other defenseman closed in on him. And I thought we were maybe going to have another chance from the trailer coming in, but he just didn't quite get there in time.
Russo trying to win the draw, but Hearst gets first possession off the draw. Kept in by Powassan, though, as it's sent back to the net front by Case. Now it's in the near side corner for Dawson. Russo gets it back to the point for McLean. McLean sends it back in for Dawson, but it's knocked away. And Moore sends it down the ice. McLean gets to it. Gets it over for Case. Case on the far side. Chips the puck down the ice for Dawson. Dawson in for Turner. Turner over stick handled himself. And now the puck going the other way for Hearst. Back for Patterson. Cross ice. Good chance there. Turned wide. Oh, Moore had a gorgeous opportunity there in the slot. Now Como battling with Turner. Turner. Dawson gets to it. Sends it out of the zone. Goes off for a change. As Dawson was able to pick off that pass and just get it down the ice. McElhaney kicks up the puck in center ice. He tries to get around his men. He does. Gets it into the Lumberjacks zone and sends it in deep. Boylo out to play it. And McElhaney in the corner gets to it, but now it's back behind in the net with Rive chasing after it before the puck's off the glass and back to the point for Sturge. Now Rive sends it back out front. Far side Hearst. That was Robinson who got to it and sends it around. Now it's Rive looking out front. Tried to find McElhaney and it's off his skate and right to Boylo, and we're at 9:56 left, so that'll bring us to our mid-period break here in this third period. Nothing going for the Voodoos, nothing going for the Lumberjacks in this period. It's still 3-2. We'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
Matthew McMillan with both goals here for Powassan, his third and fourth of the series in just as many games. Brought this game to a tie within minutes of each other in that second period. It was 2-0 at that point. In the final minute of that second period, Hearst went ahead 3-2. And that's where we stand still to this point, just 10 minutes and 4 seconds into this third period.
And as we talked about in the pre-game, there has been 60 shots on net and only 5 goals let in. It has been a game of goaltending.
Yeah, the numbers might not say so when you look at it on the stat sheet, but both these goaltenders have come to play. The 3 goaltenders we've seen so far in the series, Daniel Duracolo, Tristan Boylo, and Rustikos, have all come with their A game.
Junior A game.
There we go. As Hearst wins the draw in their own zone, we're back underway. Sends the puck in as Babiak sends it in. Duracolo jumping up, gloves it down, and we'll get a stoppage here. Yes, opening day is indeed upon us when it comes to Major League Baseball. The dark of winter, not that we had a very cold winter, is over, and baseball season starting as the Blue Jays will kick off their 2024 season in style against the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa Bay.
And with baseball season comes a 3-2 count on the front line.
Yeah, a couple of episodes in already. Matt Sukram with Brad Brooks and myself. Brad's been on both episodes. I've only been on one because kind of a little bit busy calling hockey right now.
Yeah, there's some other sports going on. I don't know which ones, but
playoffs. Lemke with the puck. Tries to will it to the front of the net, but now Hearst knocks it down the ice. And good foot speed here, but Duracolo out to play it, gets it away from his man, as Babiak would have been in all alone. Down the ice, good chance now for Lemke. Lemke looks cross ice, does go cross ice to DeBroik. Voodoos score! Tucker Shields on the doorstep, ties it at 3 with his second of the playoffs. Oh, baby, don't go away yet.
And the Voodoos faithful are fortunate that it's Ben Long and not Ben Sargent calling this game. Tucker Shields spots a big one.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, whenever Ben Sargent's in attendance, apparently Tucker Shields cannot score. So it's become a little bit of a running joke with them. And then Tucker Shields did score last year with Ben Sargent here, and you saw Peter Goulet, who knew about it, pointed right over at Ben, who was on color commentary that game. When it comes to a goal like that, I will take Ben Long over Ben Sargent every day, and you can take that one to the bank. We're back tied up 3 apiece here in this third period. 9 minutes to go. Ricci with the puck as the puck actually went up on Duracolo and knocked his mask off. So quick refereeing there. Calls that one down, and Duracolo will have to fix his mask. Tucker Shields, number 11 in your program's number 1 in a lot of hearts with his second of the playoffs.
And he has earned that spot through hard effort over the last few years.
He has indeed. Speak of the devil, it's 11 minutes into the period. Would you look at that? Coincidence? I think not.
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Only playoff hockey. That is the absolute. There's another chance over the net of Duracolo. Hard shot there by Hearst. Now Boswell on the near side. Again, these two teams very close in the standings. Very close through 3 games this series. It's back to Schillinglaw at the point. Another shot goes wide. Tried to feed it out front was Boswell. Now Russo goes cross ice for Dawson. Dawson gains the zone. Looks out front for Turner. Nearly hit the goal as they were looking for some sort of rebound play. McDonald gives it back to Janicki. Patrick now out there as well. As the Voodoos set up, so do Hearst as they go through a quick change. Janicki behind the net. Now Como goes for a drive-by, and Janicki holds on to it. Janicki up the ice, was looking for more, negated by McLean. Now Patterson tried to get to it. Patrick got to it and got it over to McLean. Now Patrick gets it back and sends it in deep into Hearst territory. Janicki and Patrick collide. Janicki gets it to the blue line and Case keeps it in. Sends it towards the net. Now McLean nearly threw that one on net. It just went over the corner. We almost have blockbuster season here a little early. As McElhaney goes around behind the net. And now it's picked up by Hearst, however. Now through the neutral zone goes Hearst once again. In on Duracolo, stops that long shot. And McLean behind the net. Gets it out for McElhaney. McElhaney was looking for McLean. It's out of his reach. And now a big hit along the boards against Paquette, but Paquette keeps the puck. Paquette to Como. Good stick by Smith to knock that one away from him, but he still battles and gets it to Moore. Now Thompson in all over Moore on the near side wall. Moore back to the point. Audros with a shot. Turned aside in front of the Voodoos net. And now Thompson battling with his man before McElhaney sends it down the ice. And Paquette in a foot race with Smith. He gets to it though and tries to send the puck back up the ice as the Lumberjacks are going to go for a change. However, that won't go for icing as the puck's all the way into Voodoos territory. Little plays it behind his net. Now he comes out from it, gives it to Ricci, gets it to McMillan, but McMillan tried to chip it into her zone. Hit a body right away. Now Thompson with some good speed. Couldn't get a shot away. McMillan looking out front for Smith. The puck hops over him. Now Little settles it down at the blue line. No offside as it didn't come out. As now in the near side wall is Smith. Smith sends it right back behind. He takes a couple of hits. Trying to battle it back into the Lumberjack zone. It's back for Ricci though, however. He just gains the red line again. Sends it out front. Oh, it almost was a gift for the Voodoos as that took a hometown bounce off the end wall. Boylo would have been caught completely out of position, and Thompson just couldn't get to it as he was knocked to the ice. Now a battle on the near side wall. Smith gets it out, and Hearst gets it back out with Robinson. Robinson walks in. Robinson tried to get around Jackson Smith, couldn't quite, and McMillan sends it down the ice. That should go for icing with Schillinglaw first back with Lemke right on him. And that'll be another stoppage here. With 5:38 left in the third period, it's 3-3 between these two teams. Shots on goal, 36-28 in favor of Powassan.
Lemke really had to jump there, and he was hoping to get by Schillinglaw, but he just didn't quite make it in time. I think if they had another 5 strides, he would have been able to be in front and negate that icing.
One of the downsides of having a smaller rink, I suppose.
Yeah, it gets you a little bit there.
Schillinglaw at the point to Janicki. Good chance there, stopped by Duracolo. He never actually covered it, but the referees lost sight of it, so they blow it down.
And this game's starting to get a little more heated after the whistles and in between plays, as you expect from such close opponents where there's not a clear winner. This game is up in the air.
5:32 left in the third period, and we're all tied at 3. Voodoos getting the most recent goal thanks to Tucker Shields, who's out there right now on the draw. Face-off won by Hearst, but it's out of the zone. Now Schillinglaw gets it at his blue line. Going for a skate. Schillinglaw gains the zone. Goes cross ice. No one was there. Now a chance there by Lemke, as Lemke's going to get the puck out of his zone and get it past Janicki. Lemke down the ice with some speed. He has speed that can sneak up on you for sure, as he's put that on display here in this third period as he tries to knock the puck away from McDonald's. McDonald's back into Voodoos territory, shot on net, and that's turned aside by DeRoccolo. Now McDonald out front for Janicki, good chance there, and that one Lemke threw his body in front of, but DeRoccolo saw that, got it up with the glove and stopped it with a 4:52 left. Now the question is, do the referees put away their whistles at this point?
I think anytime you're in a close game, especially in playoffs and down the last few minutes, you're saying, unless it's egregious, we don't call it. As we saw last night, sometimes it's too egregious and you got to call it. But I think they try to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, you don't want to become a factor in a game like this. Russo wins it. It's over to Patrick. Now Patrick down the ice. McElhaney chasing after him. McElhaney nearly got a chance on that one, but Hearst picks it back up in their own zone. Batted back towards Rive. Russo came in for the old Patrice Bergeron in the 2010 Olympics, took the defensive zone draw and got off the ice. And why not? He's one of the best face-off men on the Voodoos too. As the puck to Ricci at the red line, he dumps it right back into Hearst territory. Boucher with the puck in the corner. Out now, all the way down the ice for Patterson. Patterson dumps it into Voodoos territory. Ricci by the Zamboni doors tries to move it forward. Now it's to McMillan. McMillan tried to get it to Rive, and Paquette picks it up at his own bench. Now going in far side. Board on Lemoyne, one-time attempt. Oh, a couple of big saves by DeRoccolo, as Como had a chance to go ahead there for the Lumberjacks. Wraith Smith with some speed now gains the red line. And big save there by DeRoccolo. Smith taken completely out of the play on a late hit. And he's knocked to the ice. He looked for a call. Now it's to Thompson. In on the near side though, however. That's going to be Robinson who gets to it. Puck comes out of the Lumberjack zone. McLean's going to get to it near his blue line. Gets it back to Case. Case cross ice to the near side for McLean. McLean for Thompson and Smith. They get a piece of it, so no icing there. And Boileau's just going to shovel that one into the corner. Up the ice, Babiak with it. Goes for Kalen. Kalen back for Robinson. Robinson going for a skate. Takes a sharp angle shot. DeRoccolo gets to that. Now going around the corner, or going around the zone again. Audris sends it to the corner. Ricci gets to it first. Ricci behind his net. Up the ice now. Gets it to Lemke. Lemke gains the red line, sends it down. Less than 3 minutes remain on the clock, and we're all knotted at 3 here. Game 4 living up to the hype as the puck goes out of play. And then a few more words after the whistle again. Lemke pushing and shoving his man as the referees try to get in there quickly to break things up.
There was 3 of them around Lemke as he was the first man to the puck after the goalie left it there behind the net. And they seemed to take exception to him being there, and he wasn't about to let himself be just pushed around, so he pushed back a little bit, and Shields tried to get in there in time, but the refs had it broken up pretty quickly.
Very quickly. Now the next goal is going to loom very big here with 2:38 left on the clock. Patrick for the draw. Hearst gets to it in their own zone, and down the ice that should go for icing against the Lumberjacks. It does, so Powassan with 2:30 left on the clock will get another offensive zone draw here. And now the shots are very close, 36-34 in favor of Powassan.
It's really been, this period's been a lot more even feeling than the second period, but the shot gap has really closed up.
Yeah, funny how that's happening, eh? Voodoos took away on the shots the first couple of periods, but it felt like Hearst had possession more often than not. Now Hearst is coming up on the shots, and it feels more even than it's ever been. McDonald with the puck down the ice. That's going to go behind the net, and he's going to chase after it. Him and Case, the 2 number 4s out on the ice. Doors a link behind the net. Back to the point. Schillinglaw with the shot, stopped by DeRoccolo, and he makes a big save there, covering up as the net comes off its moorings as well after a late hit. 2:05 left here. DeRoccolo with a huge save on that one.
That was a big pad stretch out, and it didn't bounce too far out from him, so he's able to get his glove down on it before anyone from the Lumberjacks were able to get their sticks on it and make a dangerous play.
3-3, 2:05. It's gut check time for both benches here.
We could be in for some free hockey again tonight.
I got to be honest with you, man. It was well past my bedtime last night.
I think I heard about bedtime on the broadcast more than I've ever heard talked about on a broadcast.
That was Brad. That was all Brad.
That's true. It was mostly Brad.
Gotta tell him to stop.
He is again.
Yeah. Gotta tell him to stop his belly aching. It's playoff hockey, Brad.
Yeah, you're getting free hockey.
Yeah. Back to the point. Missed DeRoccolo's net. Moore with the puck. He's going to get to it, however. Puck nearly out. Russo gets to it now. And he does get it out. Shields down the ice. And that's going to be Turner who goes after it along with Russo. Russo battling for it along the end wall. Still a battle in there with Turner. Russo still trying to get away with it along with Turner in there. Russo had gotten away from it with it for a moment, and now it does come loose to Como. Como up for Patterson, and he gains the red line and sends it in. Puck rolls in on DeRoccolo. DeRoccolo leaves it for Little, and now he battles for it behind his net, and Ricci tries to get the puck away. Ricci down the ice, gains the red line, dumps it in. That one bounces out in front. And that'll go for icing, even though the goaltender Boileau played it.
There was an awful lot of stick work being displayed on Ricci there as he was trying to get the puck out of the zone. And as much as a ref, you don't want refs being the deciding factor, making a call that changes the game. You gotta, if you don't make a call and that changes the outcome of the game, you gotta watch that too.
Yeah, you gotta watch. You're walking a fine line here for sure. Kalen walks into the shooting lane, doesn't take a shot, gives it back to Schillinglaw. Another chance blocked away by DeRoccolo. Now Shields wills it out of his zone. McElhaney gets to it. McElhaney tries to get around his man. He's held up, and Boileau kicks it away. Now back down the ice. Sent back in by Hearst. Patrick with it. Patrick hauled down. No call coming there with 45 seconds left. Robinson. We talk about egregious. That one was pretty textbook to me. As we'll get back into the game at the red line. Sent back in. Case tries to get it out, but it hits a stanchion. Couldn't quite get it out. Now Hearst again. Out front. Big save by DeRoccolo. Oh my goodness. Robinson didn't get all of it. Now out front. Rive clears the front of the net. 20 seconds left. It feels like the Voodoos are collapsing as they're trying to keep the puck away from the back of the net. Across ice now, DeRoccolo, another save as the goaltender under siege here. 10 seconds left, and Case gets to it, finally flipping it out. Free hockey back on the menu here for Game 4 as we're going to overtime. Tied at 3. Oh my goodness, from the Patrick moment, it was all Hearst for the final 20 seconds, Ben.
You can't break down like that. It was the same as we saw in the second period there. They just kind of, all right, I guess the period's over now. We can stop playing hockey, and there's still a whole minute left on the clock.
Yeah, that's a couple of times that they've had big breakdowns with less than a minute left on the clock. And we'll come back for some more overtime hockey here. The third game this series out of 4 that has gone to overtime. And remember, in the playoffs, it's continuous 5-on-5 overtime until there's a winner. 3-on-3 hockey doesn't exist, which is a shame. I do love 3-on-3. Shootouts don't exist, which is a bonus. I do not like shootouts.
I love shootouts and 3-on-3 as a spectacle. It is not part of a proper hockey game, though.
No, and I hate it that sometimes at the World Juniors, the IIHF rules go, oh yeah, you can just go to a shootout to determine medal games. No, you can't. Sorry. Anyways, we'll be back with more Powassan Voodoos hockey on the other side of this overtime intermission as we get set for more free hockey here at the Powassan Sportsplex on the other side of this.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Pleased to be joined by Voodoos General Manager Chris Dawson, who is also a big member of bringing Hockeyville to North Bay. The only other time that Hockeyville has been brought to the North, and Chris, we're talking today because another community in the North is looking to bring home Hockeyville.
Yeah, really exciting times for the community of Elliott Lake, as they were named a finalist recently for the title of basically Hockey Town in North Bay, and an event that's been around really since 2006. North Bay won in 07. We were the second team to win. We ended up winning it was only $50,000 back then, but we got a new a pixelized screen that was on the front of the Memorial Gardens before the renovations to the rink. But it was really, back then it was really a community victory for North Bay, and right around the time when North Bay was looking to try to get an OHL team back, and Mo Mantha was trying to bring a team here, and that obviously fell through, and that was the Niagara getting the Ice Dogs. So I think we showed a lot of community spirit. We showed the hockey community how much we love hockey, and you know what? I haven't asked Scott Abbott directly on it, but you got to think that, 4 or 5 years later, the North Bay, the Brampton Battalion decide to move an OHL team. You kind of hope that maybe, the OHL, seeing what kind of passion and hockey North Bay was back in 07, that maybe that played a little bit of a part in the battalion moving here. So, and as for the Elliott Lake, which is the most important thing, is I can't see a community needing it more than Elliott Lake. This is a team that, me wearing my NOJHL hat, I know and have heard all the trying times that Elliott Lake has. The junior team there, the Elliott Lake Vikings, they don't have a place to play. They had to move to Massey to play all their practices. So every practice, every event is, 45 minutes down the road. At one time, they were playing some games home games in Blind River and Espanola. So a really trying year for the junior team. And you just think of all those little kids, the kids in minor hockey. They don't have a rink to play for in their community. So, to see that money go towards helping, bring a rink back on its feet, I think is, I can't think of a better reason to vote for a community than Elliott Lake. I know, all of the other three communities are special, but, on March 29th, the NOJHL, I know, and I think everybody in the North should get on their computer and vote, because you can vote more than once. At 9 a.m. you can start voting. Vote once and vote often, and it'd be great to see Elliott Lake win it.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that live in Elliott Lake that have been really missing out on their team. They just moved there, so they were excited to be able to watch the Junior A team. With your experience through Hockeyville, how do you think, like you touched on it, bringing the battalion and, trying to bring the OHL back, But especially in a small community like that, being GM of the Voodoos and all that stuff, what do you mean? What do you think hockey means to a smaller community like that, and bringing in Hockeyville, how big that'll be?
I just think that it's very passionate. I mean, there's so much history in the north with Elliott Lake. You go look back at the North Bay Centennials. One of our biggest names in the final years that we had the Centennials was Chris Thorburn, and he started his junior hockey career playing for the Elliott Lake Vikings back in the 90s. And he's won a Stanley Cup now, and so that played a part in his development. And it's the north. I think we're kind of the underdogs. You think we don't have the the big numbers, like there's places like Cochrane, which is close to Calgary, which has millions of population. We don't have the population, but I think we certainly have the passion for hockey. So hopefully a lot of people jump on board the Elliott Lake Vikings ship and ride them to a Hockeyville championship.
Well put. And of course, the North really helped bring North Bay home to Hockeyville as well. So I'm thinking that it might be time for a second one. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add? I know you mentioned where to vote and everything, but if you want to hit on that just one more time.
Yeah, you just got to go to the Hockeyville website. It starts on March 29th at 9 a.m. And it's not just one vote. I know there's a lot of people have done different type of voting for different things, but you can vote more than once. So vote once, vote twice, vote 100 times if you can, because I think it's a great cause. And really, that's kind of how it was even back with back in 07 with us. It was you could vote multiple times. So let's get on board and see Elliott Lake named Hockeyville.
All right, that's Chris Dawson, the general manager of the Powassan Voodoos, NOJHL advocate, trying to get you out to vote for Elliott Lake for Hockeyville here in 2024.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
And we are back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as we get set for overtime for the 3rd time in 4 games here in this opening series between the Voodoos and the Hearst Lumberjacks. We're all knotted up at 3 apiece. Shots on goal favor the Lumberjacks for the first time this game, 39-36. After that period, the Voodoos scored the equalizer late. That was the only goal scored in that period, scored by Tucker Shields. Courtney Kenny pleased to be joined by Ben Long, Mike Brown, our camera operator, and Cassie Millen, our intern, hanging out down at ice level, getting some great shots. And Brad Brooks, who's joined her as well, who was color commentary last game. He couldn't stay away from playoff hockey as he's currently standing up on top of the extra boards to get a good angle of the Voodoos coming out on the ice for this overtime period, Ben. And we both kind of looked at him and we were like, what is he doing?
Yeah. Well, Cassie called attention at first. What's he doing? We're like, oh no, he's just over there. And we're like, no, he's climbing on something.
It's a jungle gym.
But
it's a jungle gym.
Pay attention to our socials because Brad Brooks is getting us some fire content right now.
If Mike Brown, the camera operator, is able to get him on a shot, I know he doesn't want to because he's looking at us like, are you kidding me right now?
I'm not moving my camera when I don't have to.
I'm not moving the camera. Even though there's a guy on top of the boards down there.
There's a guy standing on boards down there, and you're missing out on all the action, Mike. Oh. I know it's your birthday, but come on.
You know what Mike wants for his birthday? An overtime victory.
He does.
Yeah, he told us that before the game.
That's what he said. All I want for my birthday is an overtime victory.
He can't hear us. Mike, get him in the corner. He heard us on that one. There we go. Oh, he's down now. Mike.
You missed
it. From hero to zero, happy birthday. I hope you're happy. We get a little bit zany here when it gets to overtime, as we did last night. Voodoos coming away with a big victory in OT last night as Cameron Lemke put the puck in the net on the power play late. Just enjoying all the Kenny Loggins going on, though.
And as we talked about previously, off air, so far when it's gone to overtime this series, and even in their last regular season meeting, overtime has gone in favor of the Voodoos. They may have some afterburners stored up there.
Oh, hey, afterburners. That was a former show that we did on the Voodoos. Now the front line just kind of take, I guess we could call it the Afterburner podcast, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, however, of interesting note, because I follow weird stats like last year in the Barrie North Bay Series, team that scored second won every game. Hearst has scored first in every game this playoffs. And also the last 2 overtime games, game 1 and 3, Hearst scored the equalizing goal, whereas Powassan has scored the equalizing goal here today. Who knows what that bodes?
That's because you're too much of a baseball guy.
That's because I'm too much, well, it is. How do the Jays hit when the sun's out? How do they hit when the sun's in this part of the sky? It's silly, man. Baseball's so silly for that stuff.
How did the Blue Jays play when we call it the Sky Dome?
They won 2 World Series there, but they weren't so good in the back half of that. They've won 0 World Series with the Rogers Center name. As we're about to get underway here for overtime, the 2 teams changing sides. Thompson in here now into Hearst territory as he's knocked hard into the boards. As both teams come out like fired from a gun here. Thompson behind the net. The Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left this period. Hearst in their road whites are going right to left, sorry. The Voodoos are going left to right. I don't know my directions anymore. It's overtime for the second straight night. I get some leeway, I hope.
We'll give you a little bit.
If you're at home listening to this and you think this guy is having a bad time, well, potentially. There's another chance here by the Voodoos. McLean tried to wrap around, couldn't get a shot away. As the Voodoos Case is able to keep it in very briefly, and now it's back out to the neutral zone for McMillan. McMillan flips it right back in. That could be a high stick on the Lumberjacks, and it is. Boileau just plays it to get the whistle instead of giving Powassan more time on possession to start this period, as that's 53 seconds of the Voodoos mostly spent in Lumberjack zone.
Yeah, they've started off strong in this period. We haven't seen the puck go down the other way too much. We'll see if Powassan can keep up the pressure.
Shields wins it back to the point. Lemke is able to will it there. Now Shields in the far side corner as he's looking around for some options. Sends it back to the point. That's McLean who sends it right back in. Shields battling for it. And the Lumberjacks try to get it back out. Now it's McLean who flips it back in, although it hits the side of the net, or the side of the glass, and hits the netting and out of play.
And regardless of what they determine the cause of it, the faceoff has now gone into the Lumberjacks' end to the blocker's side of Beaulieu.
Another offensive zone draw for the Voodoos. Como sends it around behind his net. Paquette down the ice, was looking for Patterson. It hits off the stick of Little and goes into Voodoos territory. Ricci sends it around near side for Little. Little battling in the near side as Dubroy also comes in for help. Como comes away with the puck briefly. Now Shields battling in the near side corner. Knocked out to the blue line. Paquette sends it in on DeRoccolo. He kicks it into the corner. Shields with it again. Sends it around behind the net to Ricci. Ricci banks it off the end wall. Paquette gets around his man and skates right back into Voodoos territory. Paquette takes a shot off the post and into the backboards as it bounces back out for DeRoccolo. Whoever wins tonight, the other team will be facing elimination Friday night in Hearst. Or no, sorry.
Nope. No, that's not correct.
No, if the Voodoos win tonight, Hearst will be facing elimination in Hearst. It'll be tied up at 2 if they go back to Hearst. I'm thinking we're already into Sunday.
This week has been a crazy week for hockey for us, and keeping track of schedules.
Oh my God, yeah. Hell Week Part 2. We had a pretty bad one back in February. And this one, pretty much every day from Sunday to Sunday could be hockey here locally between the Voodoos and the Battalion. Boucher, the Battalion are going to set to kick off their OHL playoffs tomorrow night against the Kingston Frontenacs. Turner tries to battle for the puck, and now it's up the ice for Kalen. Kalen down one-on-one with Case, takes a shot, and that one's off the end wall of the rink and out of play. So we'll get another stoppage here. 17:29 here remaining in this overtime period.
Another example of oddities in a small town rink. There's that little board that runs across the top of the glass at the and that Powassan is defending currently, and that's what the puck played off of this last whistle.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep pucks from getting stuck between the glass. In the slot, chance off the post. Hearst with a chance there to end it. Another chance sent towards the net. DeRoccolo with the save, and he covers up. Oh, it's a couple of posts now in seconds of game time that Hearst has hit.
As a goalie, you always say, hit the post because that's all I gave him. But, you don't want to even be giving him that much.
Because you never know which way it could bank.
Yeah.
If that hits the inside of the post, that's going in.
And who knows, off the post, off your back, there's all sorts of weird bounces you can end up with.
No, thank you. I know it's your best friend and all when you're a goaltender, but nope, I'm good if that doesn't happen. Janicki battling with Dubroy as Hearst has really put on the pressure here the last few minutes after the Voodoos had all the pressure through the first minute. Boswell gets it around near side to McDonald. McDonald battling on the near side wall in the corner now. Goes around on the far side. Boucher keeps it in. As now Boswell has the puck down below the goal line, battling with Little. Little knocks him off the puck, but it's still stuck down there at the end wall. McDonald with the puck comes out of it. Gets back to Boucher. Boucher can't hold the line as it's off his stick, and now he goes back into Hearst territory to play it to Janicki. Janicki hits it off Gorzelink. Gorzelink chasing after it, but Shields gets to it in his own zone. Now Shields flips it out of the ice. Now it's Lemke in the neutral zone. Lemke tried to get a little cute with that one, and Schillinglaw picks it up. Schillinglaw, sharp angle. Rocklow got a piece of it. Back to the point. Little with the puck. Now Little gains the red line. Comes into the blue line, takes the shot. Boileau Missed that one because the puck went wide of the net. Now McLean knocking his man into the boards. Schillinglaw takes a fall. McLean trying to pick back up his glove, and he does as the puck goes the other way for Hearst. Moore battles to it. McLean knocks his man down, or into the corner, I should say. Now Case comes away with it. Case up the ice for McLean. McLean flips it down into Hearst territory for Smith. Smith, sharp angle, takes the shot. Boylo with the save as that was in his chest. And the Voodoos will get an offensive zone draw here. 15:38 remains on the clock.
Smith had a bit of a nice look there, but he's coming from a sharp angle, and Boylo really did a great job of cutting that angle out and taking all his chances away from him there.
Again, Game 5 will go Friday in Hearst. Game 6, if necessary, will go Sunday in Powassan. McElhaney from the draw takes a shot. That one's blocked by a couple of legs in front. Now Paquette gets it up for Robinson. Robinson, sharp angle, takes a shot. DeRoccolo with the save. Loose puck was there. Could have easily bounced in and it didn't. Now a couple of Voodoos fans looking for a call there as that's offside against Powassan. McElhaney walks in, takes a shot as he waited for the puck and was able to pick it up. Rive in the far side corner, battling for it as he's held up by Janicki. Now coming out of it is Hearst. Robinson in sharp angle, takes another shot, and that one missed entirely. Voodoos flip the puck out. Turner willing the puck down the ice, chasing after it, but Boucher gets to it first. Boucher near side to Kalen. Kalen goes the other way, and he goes cross ice. Russo picks it up, though, in his own zone. Russo up for Turner. Turner lost the handle of it. Boucher gets it to Gorzelink. Now back on the near side. Boucher with it. Now to Dawson. Dawson tried to pass it over to Russo. He finally gets it through to him on the second attempt. Now Russo tied up in the far side, or on the near side. Kalen down the ice. Little gets to it. Little in his own zone. Couldn't quite get his pass to go through to his man, Ricci. And is sent back in on DeRoccolo. DeRoccolo gets a piece of it, and it's into the near side. Little flipping it back out. And it's coming out of nowhere was Lemke as he nearly was able to take the puck away from Schillinglaw. Now Schillinglaw walks in, fans on his shot. DeRoccolo well out of his net, covers it up. Oh, his puck's loose, and DeRoccolo well out of his net, but it's able to get back in as the Voodoos have possession. Smith just decides to flip the puck down, and they'll take an icing call here as the Voodoos will try to regroup in their own zone. 13:45 left, 3-3 still here in overtime.
And that was a long shift for a couple of Voodoos, but that was a smart play, making that icing, getting the puck out, letting themselves regroup a little bit so they can settle down and maybe try and make a play the other way.
Como wins the draw for Audris. Audris with a shot from the point, kicked aside by DeRoccolo. Now Lemke to it. Lemke flips it up through the neutral zone. Little gets to it. Little walks in, takes the shot, saved by Boylo. Como the other way. All the way down into Voodoos territory. He's taken hard into the boards by Lemke. And now the puck sent through on the far side. Shields going to get to it first on the half wall. Shields gets it out of his zone. And Hearst has it at the neutral zone, gets it to the red line, dumps it back in. And now McLean picks it up at his own net. McLean gets around a couple as he skates through to the neutral zone. He has room to move, the big defender. McLean walks in, has the puck knocked off his stick. And now Shields gets it out front. DeBroy would have been in a prime shooting position had he gotten to it. And he plays it back to Case. Now to McLean. McLean with the shot. And that one's off the glass. Shields sends it right back around the end wall. Now to the near side. Another chance, sharp angle chance by Wraith Smith is turned aside by Boylo. 39-43, the shot's in favor of Hearst.
And that little shot there by Smith right at the end looked like nothing how it turned out, but it was very close to beating him blocker shoulder. And it only takes a little to go a long way. That was not a pun intended.
Back to the point. Ricci sends it into the end wall. Behind the net, Wraith Smith has it. Sends it to Little. Smith misplayed it had it hop over his stick anyways. Now it's McLean looking for Smith. Smith tried to tip it on net. Now Smith Back into the corner for McMillan. McMillan to Ricci. Ricci sends it towards the net. That one's tipped to the near side. No one was there to tap that one in, though. As Wraith Smith to McMillan. McMillan. Sharp angle chance off the side of the net. As McMillan's still battling for the puck. Hearst is going to come away with it. That's Paquette. Paquette into Voodoos territory. Duraculo with the save. Juicy rebound there with a wide open net. And is kept in by Hearst. But now Ricci with the puck. Ricci sends it in near side. McMillan to it first. McMillan throws it. Sharp angle shot turned aside by Boylo. Voodoos going for a quick change. Down the ice. Another chance here as Duraculo is out to play that. He had no choice to as the puck was all the way on his net from the other end. And he's just going to cover things up.
It looked almost as if Duraculo was going to play that one, and that made me real nervous for a second there.
Yeah, it did.
But then he turned his glove over on it and held on to it. And, you know, you don't want these face-offs coming at your own end, but you don't want to be giving up a big, juicy turnover either.
No, we've already seen the Voodoos have the puck misplayed while Duraculo was out of the net already in overtime. We don't want to see that one again either. And if you're Hearst, you just want to pounce on those opportunities. Audris in on the near side, but McLean gets to it. Now it's to Case. Case up for McElhaney. McElhaney cross ice, finds Patrick. Patrick with some moves, couldn't quite get around his man. And now McElhaney mishandled that one as that one went past him. No icing on that one. And now we are getting a stoppage here.
I'm not sure what that stoppage is about, though. The net behind was way off.
How did that happen? There wasn't.
I didn't see what happened, though.
Oh, happened a long time ago, according to cameraman Mike. All right. It seems to be that net quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, since that one play where I forget who it was on the Voodoos ran into it long ways. Rive ran into it.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of issues on the net since, and I wouldn't be surprised if that took a real.
11:14 is the time left on the clock. Now it's Ricci with the puck. Sends it down the ice. Schillinglaw stops it from getting into his own zone. As Lemke falls down with the puck to Dubroy. Dubroy walks in, takes the shot. He picked his corner, and it just went wide. Ricci. In behind the net now. Carson Ricci knocked down. Dubroy in there for help as well, but it's Hearst that picks it up. Bourdon Lemoyne gets it into Voodoos territory. Little's going to pick it up in his own zone. Little goes behind his net, stops up, and he decides to slow things down here for a moment. Everyone take a breath. Shields picks up the puck and goes for a skate with it. Tucker Shields, cross ice. Nobody was there, and now Hearst has a quick 2-on-1 here. Another chance, that one goes wide. Another opportunity out front. Duraculo kicked that one aside, and now Powassan can't quite get it down the ice. They do, it will roll down on Boylo, and he's just going to cover it up as Turner was barreling in on him with Boucher. Oh my goodness. A little bit of a communication breakdown there for the Voodoos in the neutral zone.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where, especially the coaching staff on the bench, I'm sure there were a couple near heart attacks and a few panic attacks, and I'm sure there was some shouting going on as well.
10-12 here remaining in this first overtime period. Puck to Turner off the draw. Now it's Russo with the chance, and that one's stopped by Boylo. Puck down the ice as there's some confusion at the bench there. And
are we getting a too many men call?
I think we are. Against the Voodoos as Turner couldn't get off as they ran into each other. I'm confused as to what is happening here.
It looks like we are not getting a too many men call.
There's actually going to be an offensive zone draw here in the Voodoos, or in the Lumberjack zone, so the Voodoos will have an offensive zone chance. Turner and the guy who was coming on hit each other at the door, and they both couldn't get through. There's almost a comedy of errors there.
And the puck ran into them as well.
Yeah, just everything happened at the same time. Now Case in a foot race with Gorzelink on his tail. Case in his own zone, knocked down behind his net, but he's able to get the puck to McLean. Now Case picks it back up, gives it back to McLean. McLean trying to will the puck out of his zone. He still has it deep in his zone, though, as he goes far side for Case. Case banks it off the boards to Boswell. Boswell sends it right back in. And McMillan picks it up on the near side. McMillan down the ice looking for Thompson. It didn't get to him as Gorslink's just going to send that one right back in. It's going to roll in on Duracolo, and good thing Case was right there as Kalen was there looking for a rebound. Now Thompson down the ice, in for Smith. Smith with a shot, glove, save, and a big one on Boilo. Now we're going to get a slashing call against the Lumberjacks.
That was such a beautiful save. Like the chance there, that was incredible. A great play by Thompson to get the puck up the ice and over to Smith, and Smith to get that shot off in traffic. But man, if there was a Patrick Waugh glove swing of all time, that's got to be in that competition.
I always laugh at the one where he showboats it and turns around and throws it into his own net.
Yep.
While he's playing for the Avs against the Red Wings. You gotta know Red Wings fans ate that one up because that was a huge rivalry at the time. Little with the puck off the draw, takes another shot. There's another little swing there by Boilo in net. As he's gonna get a glove on that one. Voodoos again on the power play. Shots knotted up at 44 apiece.
And with the way goalie equipment is now, you can't usually close your glove the same way they used to be able to. So those swings become increasingly dangerous.
Lumberjacks are able to send that one down the ice all the way. Little's going to come out and play it as the puck bounced all the way back to the Voodoos blue line. He's just going to carry it to behind the place behind his net. Now Little with it. Leaves it behind for McElhaney. McElhaney stood up at the blue line. Little's going to have to go back through the neutral zone to get it. Little near or far side for Shields. Puck is off a stick and out of play. Into the Voodoos bench. Assistant coach Josh Dale throws it back out onto the ice.
And that was a great defensive play by Janicki there to deflect that puck. Instead of giving the Voodoos an odd man rush, gives them a face-off outside their own zone.
Shields in for the draw for Powassan against Patterson. And it's one back into Hearst territory. And the Lumberjacks are going to try and clear, although Shields tries to get to it, and it's all the way down the ice to Duracolo. Duracolo to Little. Voodoos won last night on an overtime chance. It was with their other unit, though, as Lemke scored. Now Little, to the urging of fans, finally carries the puck down. Now McMillan walks in, tries to get a shot away, or tried to deke around his man, but couldn't. Now Hearst in on a breakaway. Patterson in alone, takes a shot, saved by Duracolo! Oh, baby, what a save by Daniel Duracolo in overtime. Another game saver for 31. Patrick goes cross ice. McMillan in, tries to get to it, but he's got a man all over him. McMillan twisting and turning. Back, looks back to the point for Smith. Smith into the middle for Ricci. Ricci with a shot. That one hit a body and sat there. Now Case comes in to get it. Less than a minute in overtime, or on the power play for the Voodoos. Thompson goes for a skate. Thompson for Smith. That one was a little bit high for him. As Smith sends it in deep for McMillan. It's off the end of the net. Case in there as well. McMillan Case providing some shelter there. And then Smith throws it towards the net from a sharp angle. And Boilo makes the save. Daniel Duracolo, holy cow.
The goaltending in this overtime has been ridiculous. Boyle has made some incredible saves. But Duracolo, shorthanded breakaway against him. My heart sank as soon as he got away with that puck. It's like, oh no.
Whew. Calm down, everybody. We still have time to go here. Lemke wins the draw back to Ricci. It's put on net by Thompson as he tried to chip that one in. Now down the ice as Ricci sends it right back in. The Lumberjacks were trying to sneak a breakaway out of the end of the power play. Now they're going to get a chance here with Kalen. Kalen leaves it for his man. Duracolo, another huge save as the puck is up and out of play. Oh my goodness, I asked this on the overtime call last night. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I'm a bucket of nerves over here is what I am.
All right, we'll be back with more overtime coverage on the other side of this break.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Daniel Duracolo made a game saver last night with the glove. You can see it on the NOJHL highlight of the night. What a save it was by DeRoccolo, and then another chance there. Boileau standing equal to the task with a few great saves of his own here this period. Goaltending duel, that's what we said off the hop. Don't let the numbers fool you. These goaltenders came ready to play tonight.
Last night, your color commentary was talking about how it was past his bedtime. Tonight, your color commentary is saying, I don't know if my heart can handle this. You got old men here no matter which way you go.
On the bright side, we have 911 dispatch across the rink from us right now.
Yeah.
From our old color commentator from last night. Como in for the draw to DeRoccolo's left side. Shields wins it back though, and Case gets to it. Alex Case banks it off the glass and down the ice, although it doesn't go past the red line. And now it's to Case in his own zone again. Case for Lemke. Lemke tried to sneak it past Paquette, couldn't. Now McLean gets to it. McLean through the neutral zone, going for a skate. McLean leaves it for Dubroy. Dubroy off the boards, sends it in deep. McLean chasing after it. And now he has to get back as Kalen goes the other way. Kalen back, tried to go to the center of the ice. Dubroy gets to it. Now it's far side for Shields. Shields goes through the neutral zone, was looking for Little, and that passes out of his reach. Robinson down into Voodoos territory to Kalen. Now Como, sharp angle shot, stopped by DeRoccolo. Paquette battling with Dubroy. Lumberjacks bench calling for a penalty there with Dubroy. And now McLean comes away with it, gets it up for Shields. Shields hits it off the boards. That'll go for offside against Little, so he'll have to turn and peel off towards the bench. Less than 6 minutes remaining here in this first overtime period. That'll go for icing against the Lumberjacks.
And there's some discussion about with the referees at the Lumberjacks bench on who's supposed to be on the ice right now. With 5:51 left in the first period overtime here. 47 shots apiece.
I believe Hearst is calling a timeout.
There's a lot of rubber being thrown at the nets here.
It is indeed.
Both these goalies have saved 44 shots tonight.
Huh. That's more than last night. I can tell you that right now. My parents are in attendance tonight. They certainly picked a heck of a game to come to.
Man, they can't, I mean, these playoffs, you wouldn't have get a bad game out of between Hearst and Powassan.
No, not at all. These two teams are definitely, like I said, on the stats. You look at the standings, neck and neck all season long. Almost every major statistical category they were the same at this season.
Okay, Voodoos Nation, come on.
And every game except for one so far has gone to overtime. Voodoos hold the slight edge 2-1 through the first 3 games, winning the both overtime games prior. Although we are now into new territories, this is the furthest we've gone into a game. Kalen lost the puck on it, or lost the handle on it, and it's down for Schillinglaw in his own zone again. Schillinglaw down the ice for Boswell. Boswell just backhands it in. DeRoccolo out to play it, and the puck back up to the blue line. McMillan to Thompson. Thompson walks in, takes a shot, stopped by Boileau. I brought this up in the broadcast yesterday, that when it comes to overtime, you just got to put everything on net.
You don't want to waste and take, shots that are not going to go in. But if there's a chance, you got to put it on the net and see what happens. Because goalies, at this point, he's seen 48 shots on net so far.
Fatigue at some point becomes a factor.
It does, for sure.
As we're back underway here, Little picks it up at his blue line, gets it to the red line, but McDonald picks it up and tries to will it into Voodoos territory. Now Patrick gets it down the ice for Rive. Rive walks in, takes a shot, stopped by Boileau on that one as he kicks it behind the net. Now out front, Patrick tried to bounce that one in, and he fanned on it. Another chance from the point, turned aside by the netminder. Kept in again from McLean. Another chance, or rather Ricci. No, that's Jackson Smith, and now it's a 2-on-1 for Hearst. Little walks in, another chance, back out front, DeRoccolo, side of the net, and the Lumberjacks couldn't put that one home. Schillinglaw goes around, end wall, and now McElhaney has a chance. McElhaney with some speed walks in, takes a shot, Boileau with the save. Turner tried to get it back to McElhaney. Now McElhaney is going to go off for a change as Schillinglaw has it going the other way. Schillinglaw knocks it in. Case in the corner as Durocolo banked it back in to the corner. Dawson had it for a moment, then Schillinglaw took it again. Now Russo in the corner, battling for it. Dawson battling on the near side half wall. Russo sees Turner down the ice and goes for a pass. Turner walks in, takes a shot. Boileau with the save as Turner wound up and took a slap shot from outside the circle. Now Turner falling over a stick. That's Audris' stick, and now Hearst back into Voodoos territory. Moore keeps it in. Lemke gets it out as Paquette picks it up at the red line. 3.5 minutes left here as Dawson tried to will it off of Como's stick. Now Como walks in, leaves it. Dawson with a good read connects it out of the zone. Now Lemke with some speed down the other way. Lemke tries to walk past his man, can't quite get there. And Paquette picks it up. Paquette down the ice. Gets it to Como. No, they had to wait for the offside as Hearst is changing. And now Powassan with a chance as Lemke back in. Over for Little. Little with a shot. Saved by Boileau. Big save there for the netminder. Babiak with a chance. Gets it to Como. Como walks in, takes a shot. Good block there by Ricci. As there's a stick on the ice in the Voodoos territory now. Little attempting to get it out. Ricci with another chance. Durocolo off his blocker on a good shot there by the Lumberjacks. 2:46 left here. Shots 53-49 in favor of Powassan.
This is just bananas in terms of shots on net that we're seeing here. Both these goalies, I hope, are in the 3 stars tonight.
Oh, yeah. They got to be at this point, right?
After this many saves, like...
.246 remaining in this first overtime period. Face off in the Voodoos zone. Case gets it. Case behind his net as he creeps to the one side. Now he sends it down the ice, and that'll be in for McElhaney. McElhaney! Oh, he scores! Dylan McElhaney! The Voodoos have a 3-1 series lead! Oh my goodness, number 23 with a huge goal! What a play by the Voodoos!
That was such an incredible play. A beautiful finish on a heads-up play to fire the puck down the ice to set McElhaney alone in the zone. And he just, if there was a finesse goal, that was it.
Dylan McElhaney is second of the playoffs. What a pickup he's been mid-season. The Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native. Oh my goodness. He came on the podcast, talked about how he loves Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Those two would be impressed by that goal.
Made Pittsburgh proud.
And for one night and one night only, Dylan, it's a dock. What a game. What a goal. We've seen that play in North Bay before off the kick plate. Not have we seen that here in Powassan, as that was a gorgeous opportunity just sent down the ice. Puck bounced out to McElhaney. McElhaney roofed it backhand over the netminder. And the Voodoos come away with a 3-1 series lead. Game 5 will come on Friday with the Voodoos having a chance to move on to the next round.
I don't know about you, Courtney, but 103 shots in a game is too many.
You're just saying that as a goalie.
I am. But as a shooter, that sounds awfully tiring as well.
Yeah, that's fair. Here's our 3 stars of the game. And that'll be, no, Boileau's not getting a star. As Damian Borden-Lemoyne picking up a star. Matthew McMillan picking up the second star for Powassan. And I would imagine Dylan McElhaney picking up the first star. But if I had my say, Boileau third, Durocolo second, McElhaney first.
That's exactly what I would have done.
What a game. What a finish. Oh my God, is there anything better than playoff hockey?
If there is, I don't know what.
Whew. All right, to recap for you, Voodoos winning this one in overtime, 4-3. Game 5 going in Hearst on Friday. Game 6, if necessary, will be back here Sunday. But the Voodoos have a chance to wrap up the series on Friday, and that'll be some Good Friday home cooking.
Ooh, it will be.
Well, it will technically be away cooking, I suppose, for the Voodoos, but lots of Voodoos fans will gather around the TV, I'm sure, to check that one out on Flow Hockey. Check it out. Dennis Puska, who does a great job up in Hearst, will get the call for that one. This series has been as tight as it possibly can. The Lumberjacks have battled so far all through this series. It's not over yet. It's not over till a team gets to 4, Ben.
That is true. You need to get all the way. Getting to 3 first does not count. We are not playing horseshoes or hand grenades. Close enough is not good enough.
Nope, and that'll do it for this one here as we'll wrap things up. Mike Brown, our wonderful camera operator, Ben Long on color commentary, Brad Brooks for coming in for the third in overtime to help out with social media, Cassie Millen all night getting stuff for us, and of course, I'm Courtney Kenny. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Barry!
Huh?
I told you not to be scaring the customers.
Hey, Barry, come on in for a bite. And bring Brianna with you.
For only 2 minutes up the hill, where you're only a stranger once.
Ready to embark on an electrifying adventure? Look no further than the Mitsubishi Outlander, available in gas or PHEV, the SUV that redefines excellence. Recently awarded the best midsize utility vehicle in Canada for 2023 by AJAC. This bold and sophisticated SUV delivers advanced performance, safety, and tech, plus peace of mind with its standard super all-wheel control and the best warranty in the business. With red-hot deals and plenty in stock, your award-winning drive starts with the Mitsubishi Outlander.